Nsem bi na me dey ba Ghana for nsem oh say internet here also anopa kopma nwumre nam kroma ya TV na once say asari namo na wapra kwaba say obedam because mo say Solomon Agbasi so form no ye de ne tranche nyeye ana Ghana's number 1 so akwa omo game against Mediama tiewa tiewa na Felix be bow ha and some of bad fans are not there. Oh, they are qualified. We are also for my headache. It's a form. No, over. Massa. Eji, asari dia numero 1. Eze, and come on, say, Messi asari, numero 1. Oh, Black Stars. Right. Oh, Nangana na ode ba say wa sign a glove deal. Yeah. And no one yeah. US Mountain so big company. Well, now who say company no money near kwan ko. No money so buy US promo. Kabo. Enti say Mercedes did this say bibia did this. So no be US PSC. Debit yo ha me for so say. Wo mo say Solomon anya form Agbasi form na no pa. And you na ejitum by say World Cup no so baby hey yesu so uniama o ma joggings in there because Sanchez there no kono so abati na ufuru eni adia masa unuya ne die abeno no nti yesu benya Agbasi o form e wo bench bench na sorry so wo form Ebuama mutim no ko ni so goalkeeper ASA balance so basa de no one gas very solid. Very solid. Solid. Because one gas here na nwumre aye gas here against Spain number 1 and Junai Simon and no crown no amanfo nsemo right odo bo de ba ono akwa fast we nti o mu game watakwa no nsem bi pie no fancy say nka iba bench say ni di o team sheet na esa Benjamin ba no ye say Benjamin stance no ani di so o team sheet say ye nkakra o say bi ni see place yi na wo mo say na wo running stomach wo say na ni yem hwie nti na o tumi e mane ade a ebi mo so na ebi nya sa na tie stomach cancer check nti fellas no ho but Ghana's number 1 the MJ a new kwan say bench sa o because ye hiano pa oh yeah tiesre tie be ra ho ne na ya twetwe nkomo ho oye wo asem ni fie ho asie wo ese fancy call okay real quick sharp na ye be ko foreign as usual na the some hope matches and so honti e so twa bet no bet ubetwa the course ebe bana won so wo dey check how far Yemfana Fama a P-Wack, Omadaroma, and I chose some day a 3P Gallic Messiano, and so a Ghana market, and so many car catchers who run from a sorting car shop, and I say, we'll call about shop near you, baby. I want to import and baby, I will be a qua. Was so 3P Gallic Messiano, and they do a catchanamu, Ama Chesabi, I will not say 83 and take a crabby, I want prayer, Sebi, I will fire ever said to the side, and you need finance, Sebi, I been come to baby, as a hono, and Jenny. One penny in time and Yanua 100 crack of fast some and so about fay Yanuamano so menstrual pains was swim baswa na Chesadebiana I am shishia and they just as a bay will yafuni and they chesa cramsy ever had drain ama Chesadebiano obi casal crana bofu sa menstrual and your penciling and a bejabeko now for money pedrano and found ye and so come a high blood pressure no and some abako ama was why free and no a 3P Gallic Mixture Nenum anya ya anama catch us anya na ensom awo dwaso bi otonto bi akwa won sa enso abaccount here 0248928824 na chese when a P-Wack empan for no ensom enkasa na doctor say I was 6 months ebiano won visit or dentist anunti and number 1 I come for the amount I Gingermed dental clinic ho and I will kwana examination and consultation or wama and some Adiama Sebia see and see Obaso Mutuna, Womusini so come ML lining up say a deep braces, a goo, I was sending so a Jama Fay, a Bana Sebia, Sonoba soy replacement, say a dentures and a bridges and as implant and Abasawia, I gingermate and I say Yankancho Pomorian Sobaba, teeth whitening and I feel halitosis no, so one in cannabis one from Kamanswa, I gingermate and a Babamanioma and some I have certified diamond to much branches and also and grind it. I that's what atomic down as an main lorry station and a Kumase and some I have a project unum dada. Wolfa Crown so the bank my building bank and some our from our on sending fast and a gentleman our oil juma and ya can cry call Techima no Monswa Nasa Maxi Kentan Cronos and a gentleman and I share 0559139582 na gentleman and some I know so and some I know pay a fee ya can for a Jackson one so range of product and some adiama na tete botino a Jackson held balmesha drowe makacho said to drows me calculate na chese men kwamete a Jackson drawing kai and I said 26 years and year na chese malaria fever no and some Ghana and America cafe what jana a typhoid fever na bama I want to go so anopa as a we pia we okay and you na we asa ba wodumu AC and asa wodumu fan na asa heat do na mo so so na we ensom about jo ho anja droba ko a and abajo abrawo test for malaria say positive and kwandi a Jackson adrono enom ane e kanfo ensom adema ana afi kokono kokobeko amama asebetu sisia no be down afi constipation yobu amana yama timba de o make asade so nyon kwadi agabo say benjuma no poor questions won pie yo na won yes report wo juma man pa 5:30 what round 4 about 5:30 that social yeah you were the 2026 yeah market time ahanti pa Jackson co council ni bi na fe mu be don ha be free ade ba ko afere ne say obetena kamusu afiri on some ye ina o be number o be g phone starters wo punch number sia na ya funu bubom kuku and also no it me sound yes me pa masa jaza you want you and no make you can be anka so be an ho gentle unkwana who say sandwich between ebia mami you know sandwich as when I say mami you know tam na o ya funu bom masa am say u ya ka say na wa yira Masa mukwaje Jackson co comes sababu hey Jackson co comes no and abamani your man so I fine e dia ma ba bi etontro bia I 0244723541 Dr. Jackson and some abajo so now Kojak Farmer omodi pro code aba na makacho so pro code na ayetuma pa why the most effective medicine achesa uti edwa uti epawo wanya code oyo hwehwe nye wanya flu achesa untimi nkonyuma so afei ane start afene nya afei na obebofie ane adeje aye pro code ne bi nanom na afei tigira na so na kobo dwuma man yo man so enko kama emma afei me ka say yo Kojak regular fluoride ana Kojak wo mo chanko toothpaste ni nyina no enso aya posia wo di twu se anopane anwumran sana wo compasso say wo mra shu titanajo na wo daya na uyi nkapa ntimi so eba sana ko bai ho no bai antiase enkoba mane ana me ko obusuafo na me de me ho ka me wo me ho kania na masa me obi ani ho a wo pay you ma no mo ya de pa enu ama mo ya de ne empene mo masa for sura mani chinisi anajo mani yusu Kojak ejeri mi na fe emani emanso anya fine emani na uram and so cash dragling and answer woba central market abenya product ni bi ato 0244559597 now Kojak and some the product no waje odie
yes I no pay yes scratch na yan winie ni nyina ne say scratch for win no ani egusu ayeche enesika de ama no www.scratchforwin.com ko a ubetimi awini sika bi a won so game ana ye play na cards ne de say ye kan ubetimi enso amia so na fe no enso etimi aba de won bia ya wo de sika no every 5 cities copy 200 cities no ana ubetimi de atwa ene game bi ana say ofun ekuta no ubetimi adale star 850 star 25 udale a now so why part of the game na nuama I coming to select here now was taken from 5 series to 200 Ghana series no now what choose lucky card no and on na chesi car on so bet me win na for ko anim e wo ene game ya ye play to play bi na e win way I scratch for we na fe waje wakakra ere ato ho so na yɛwra mo emulator na yɛ ni nkomo emulator ba supplement nie ye herbal ne dry day aba dwaman so immune system no boosti anafe asabati general well-being we no dry make kan for dia ma obia oni pa bia no bia eno ensom ye nemom no ji oba wa fa efunu anase oba o ma koda no fu ana koda oni mfie dumienu ekɔ no wadrei untimi num dinti anu ahye no so de amame draw we ensom na gyana na so a enya asabeto agana afana ba bia no wobenya bi ensom na kimi ato na udi odu pharmacy bia wo so pe kantanka adro no ode aba no emulator ba supplement yare se ne onsom wobenya bi kimi ato yewrem ewo router so e na fe era no pe yemon komoi na router live router mixture ana fe router tonic ni nyina wa adwaman so na de ye nie wo ene yare bi sa malaria eno ebetime yi ade afu anu router mixture na fe router live no ema mo jade afu sane oni peduanum wo wi a wa pe router tonic abo eno ana typhoid no so na hawa dina ebetime yi afu ode akọ na oba o makoda no fu wa fa efunu ana sakra ni mfe dumienu a yedre onum bi 0244 485-632 na wedding koma yendrum and Dr. Lawson na so Lawson Beverages Limited na adroni ni Edronia bakope Lawson Teleman Peters anu e memedro bema de SM Pema Goodie de bia ka ugina onaso ebon adwuma me say yes wo bema mu SM fifrefru no obai enso ngade towro efa wanim ni ade na ze bema why adwuma ye pa nti wodro no eni delay one pam ne so wo bema delay man capsules no so no ebo adwuma ye pa man so atesa menses ne ba na yawbi enso wo mu kwa fitira ya na ha dwen wodro no no ma obekọ no kama pa ana tinka of former num bi 0248619999 baby ato adro bia no ubenya bia to ma memfa won doctor yi I friend ABA herbal clinic aso ye na wani no pa na se test so ana se problem e wo so ntimi kenkan wa wontimi ntwika ni nyina no e ade se ni ene ade bibia na problem aboss we de bibidro ana se ade menstrual pain sana fe about stroke any prostate ABA herbal clinic o ana ade ni doctor Tanase edini juma wase kidney ni nyina no momfamra kumase kwara so dwuna se your main market na chi domain crow ya ben Ebenezer preschool be friend doctor e was 0541565199 and stuff for rasta and so ngadi nkoma yenremo e wo me dimafo na doctor seven kan to the stroke ana yesisie ane ya ya ana se prostate ana wo problem obi a awo ho asem aya de be mfie bebrenie awo ma doctor say branu ntini afere time eda so wode mra ensom ngabeto so ema amwawo afa ho afa obani nyina no eye dro crunching doctor ewo di edini juma bu akwa agogo in school junction anabo sa doctor bu adwuma mo won kran so poku asemayera doctor etna 0244774282 na fe one doctor ngadi nkomo na odun so semete say Proslove capsules yi ya bon de ro adama afimu last year nyina ye kan wasem ambia o jonso a wo be me wote ya wom obi nso ana emu apai me no jonso was me ba won ta for bra a problem na ba na true man capsules near recorrection and after premature ejaculation ni nyina nso ngabe kwa wo de bodre enwama be kama ma Congo ointment din so edini juma ade ewo ni peduana ni nyina no enso mletime aboa 0249017101 na on a natural and for edin komo na ya bo kidney no ban dia na liver mamen ko liver ho na liver ne dem ze ehon sam no eya na bibia ho because enuane aye die fertilizer so mo de sam ani ade ni nyina no ema liver no and what day form and just one support liver na who I say bra adenesi ekoyi near the fufroshem na wono de odi kra no edin be dan we replace liver and untim na ya say pasco aba capsules no wo de akoso na nom o yare o nyare o nom bi amanko ni pedua mu na embo liver no ban emba be bia to aduro bia no wo benya bia to afrafra o fred doctor 0557453579 na for the doc edin komo and anope yenram ewo power specialist herbal hospital yamame doctor akosua adua ya nie na yade ne de doso bronya yi yare nkuko ebi yare ponche mo wi prokonam ene ade srade abenipedua yi mu obesa oteso adebra na yamame mo wadro na enane nuama ewo ni pedua mu ema fatily vai ana afi for our stomach ulcer fibroid any kidney problems ni nyina no wodu ani chom adua ba malamis ne malaria dro cough care ba Mr. Obowa wadro eni won kan obehu no ewo kwabenya ACP road ewo power hospital bus stop Kumase Feyase Bosumtwi road ewo adua junction mo takrade munko anaji exit wo no ma ona doctor tenase 0244544422 na ma doctor din komo yerem ewo semens vital ba Mr. and capsules wo fiache so na ekasa gan no go adro na agan ano ahyepa to say gan na the woman sem sautie me na sciatica if you to aso wo confirm no untimi nyina na so etwetwe a wodi anum bi na be ntini mu ana afedom penu mu adwumanti ano ahye no so ade amamedroi ebo adwuma ye pa enti hye no so amame mu a mema mu ntimi nya adwuma no ya 2 minutes no awi obekọ beyond that na fe enuama ye kama 0240616061 utobia na wa fe doctor obechiro kwa befa so a obenom nom ye Romo Alaska na Alaska de Bronya amanfo dida ewo no hoye pani nyina se decorations outdoor course ofie num ana afen office manfo be ba wo be shrine to all purpose and brand curtain se bia won so afen no age single room bia obese utwa mu fema mu ya kama ubenya in a PVC floor tiles ebi ewo ho ana afen grass out there to from ana afen mat ni nyina no obi ewo no modern TV stands or the bia ba mo amu chiem okumase no ye wa dum ye ben boss and building no Mrs. Plaza across the cycle tiptoe lane inside Shepherds we are chairman K20 more ball Jumana 0554114878 nafe what do come Tabia Helba and the company industries not what you so takum ano ashepa woman a day takum no banku crafo say woman zomona so ye pa am the free 60 or 70 80 90 say ujeja ho a again wo be fa wo mu so sikai wo mu from sugar daddy
what you say
now was saying in a takumbra one way about team
one far
and any adenum
the famous quote
yes one far I will be ready okay. I've been about okay. What takum no bajuma mami chati. Oh mami chati supu. Ernesto ye supu gate o Ernesto ye nchapa. Takum di onfe ni agro fancy. Oh W on fat takum ni agro graji. Takum no emu de ye kamfo e de amatabi aba Mr. Malaria drone cough we no ye capsules no ye osisi ya o be no be 0243686861 Nuama kama dem high sense bronya don't call me promo no na me aduma on the 8th of January watching ho ana promo ni nyina ba na wie ntunto AC onyanto fridge onyanto smart TV na wa bo ewrai high sense ye showrooms no Ghana ba bia na afo akwaje enwe mai bi Kumase ye wadumi otano so ye watafo enkran ana fe techiman ana mo kofrodua ni nyina no mo betimi afre na mpei na afe mo adi nkomo 0302550000 fancy banamum currency ventures na me di wie na wode amono nsam emunu chiaw ade aba Nazara mixture ni G capsules no namu yare drogo no Ceflex na afe Canada anu wate bia wode pebi na afe enom ebeji ade free man capsules no meme dro bema bia bebo adwuma je won so watimi anum bi amana boa ana hindi aba mixture no so edele with typhoid fever na afe diabetes ni nyina nso abekọ be fe doctor 0246-348-334 0246-348-334 na wabon common and no pain and penifo and so atwaso edi free fancy di Maria.
Wo me da say kapo ye ba be kwama no ne no na ye stories no and so about but yen question of the day proudly brought to you by Amuzu P Herbal Mission no Dr. Amuzu Ensano and Amadre Ewadjaso medical culture say infection a drew so bia ni bebia no bebo dwumaria cha amusude nti pebi toy na so yo ba obenum bi oye bema so obenum bi na Dr. Amusu ose musa ose wan ana ofu se bebia adru obeje 2025 AFCON enso ediako when eje AFCON ni wan oman ban enso ana beje say ya drew the quarterfinals into wan NFA couple.
We Nana Asase was say I'm Sapisti watching the show live from Takwa. Mali will surely win this AFCON. And no Nana Augustus said I can see Morocco being the favorite, but Senegal shocked them at the final. And no Nana Yaukasti messenger what the Abba Minat Wakasu say Senegal or Nigeria Umbako and the baby in Park said Nigeria and I say Ivory Coast Mubako and they win Danisco Frederick said Morocco, all the way next Morocco for Ebewini George O from Swedro, Nigeria, and the Ewini, and no a message what they are boy hine, when him Presla Senegal, and Morocco, back of fine enough for Morocco, and so as Senegal, and for more at and the AFCON, no idea so so where Felix Force and say Egypt, and the Ewini, and no a messenger, what they are Ganacho Junior, say Ivory Coast, Morocco, Cameroon, Omubako, and the Alpha Cypher GSS Senegal. And as Morocco Mubako and Alpha Seda Bang and some actress in Nigeria. Womu Jano Mason, Aya Daya, Womu Anabefa, Anna Fewenso, Aya Manuel was in the Super Green Eagles, Womu Jano and Washipa Fancy.
Well, now when see a Benji in fancy or say what also monitor live from Sevilla or say Yaman to just Nigerian or Ruti Ediamano Johnson Disconzi and so say Nigeria all the way a fay we say Senegal will win it and no anata malastina and so then a message by Ezekiel and Sasu or Kodiama Morocco Mino and Zuzu Blanks and so say I Nigeria Frank Tachi Capito Frank HUZ I Senegal I will say Senegal all the way not just for Kodiama I Tarangala on Sorona way and so I say good morning sports god or Jiria is taking it to Orgias I know a rude boy and I just a rude boy to buy in my reason I Kodiama Morocco Nafe Godfred Bazo and so I say Morocco Preprada the legend I say Morocco na the holy and so choosy I Senegal no I said the amount for day or Modiano and so at the Ababat Betway Yamau coach no Betway rewards and I'm say sporting for the year money serious and you can to agra now them say Ghana and Kwani come say have the musa e be more Zambia more tiam wine na bola ya pon awie no
enye izo fancy o ma san anua go for
CP
obi se mi dware aba yi
say ya man cash out o me so cross da
David me
and was a bet to so cash out ya na so para me so bona ya pon awie na me gini nyina abom
no
masa
go for
90 plus na su na san su na
it's in the party am say bibi o mu
there's a bad you are statement ku ma na aduma ya ma de ate ansamuni
zemu
sporting
boys need o muja boys need o muja
boy the crowd so free bench na buy doing
yeah what be say no ma ti do ma ye ne
by na you see recover
for sure and dear
yeah mo full code
okay
first code a 15 O's BW30
212
C58 15 O's no
okay
BW30 214 6FC 9 O's BW30 215 7B0 live on your screens and here's 7 O's and BW30 215 D12 I 6 O's
good
I don't know kind of say the winning numbers are
the radio no was so tara hon den yeah lotu fancy bear 90s over 2000 easy.
Okay, executive producer say sportive one say kase
Fangofo and now the Usha I'm say and now Usha will be at the Okan Usha will be an examine ma W Case and Unidia and a precious Hajaman who be dear. Sporting say omuka say uni anya for na face yeah unsunya dia kape no padi so ena man ni padi mo ka na de wayi ni plane pa oh yeah said brade de wudi si ide ko mo na ni bre wa umpe yeah also ma body so at least you see now so na so bi abefa I feel problem ni say ai yeah, W yini here mo. Oh yes, adana e wo na no aso be kan but na ne credit. And they will be well. Pressure so no bisa say men kan ma no so. Ono be kan de wo me akobro nya aba. Now that's what it is. Kan de wo da so tete ho. We yi ne de. So say adana umpa obi pe o. Hwe. Pa no aka ntem. Oh, what did you want I want?
Hallelujah. Angwa juma no you Yame wohoda se uji dia
chema video ni mama se me request for video
pentema me akofol ndiansi enyankoi ozo
for kwa ya jaje ade na be
precious one ade ato
so ode enkofol
come you Angwa juma no you Yame wohoda se uji dia obeya juma answer me no you Yame wohoda se uji dia obeya juma ye bompaye shamachi Israel Yehovah Elahenu Yehovah Ekat we ahata et Yehovah Elohika bika luvika uvika naveshika uvika miyodika tode yashak in English in the name of Jesus amen
shalom boy kapo say kapo chairman afena chairman babeme akwa
yes now me have the bibian so
go tama taboku kasa mo say messages and ben no bia say hey o chairman ya de pa say watch me assemble yes kwa bi kwa me nkwa me ho hene papa me
na guess it is so how
chairman guess no
me say guess no me say how many boys in this year me say guess it is say Wontumi sports no I know number one
chairman
yeah train set manager for some Mikel Arteta one ababa for the press conference ni nyina no one some ngade sama to get Arsenal for na mo train some benya latest from Emo Cam ni nyina no yeah train set manager no pretty much enchebia and some ababa so sansa nyame adwotena yeah the Gunners our body at Liverpool me no kasa no yeah bana chasa manager for and a slot and so pretty much conference no and some idea say gusua and alkoso ama chaswa no and somebody some pinano and somebody atutwa ya baba so na fe ya wo say no so ebesi akona monim say na no player ya no kasa cap game bako and some number cause our Portugal way and some game abobokua ya fa no say Benfica amodiano and some baba so na Benfica ya side wo some other sporting club di Braga wo mienu na besia 8 o'clock and adwi and sa game abaso mama manager na ya fa Jose Mourinho Sansanra wo bia himself sporting foi and some akokanioma kuna sporting aye Lisbon mabo aye chese game and some mabo aye Luis Suarez ashego ya bo 10 minutes sama chirmansana akoba se go so eba na edidima mo bia so sporting for no and some aye Victoria de Guimaraes omachi adiaka from yewu yare sa 90+2 and Leon Indoyi anofi bench baya one Aristotle parity am the same player 90+11 and was about so some game no yaduma and some because we qualify biano we qualify ayabokua ye for the
Victoria de Guimaraes ano aye sere update no eno so mabasia Conti Jose bo ene ewa brasa game we no enso na ye semi final game league cup eno so mabakroso atesa won sam nyina no yete eba na manager for the Jose wo mo kobu so pani ni say now radius I'm sorry concentration call a league no so no obi anim say ban titles and trophies what GP ani adia batono obi yes Oliver Twist always no or asking for more gentiama openina you feel say Jose and some asking for more no say what was what chance still now on the conto what are some our appetite and money you feel say titles and phone and just a trophies what our chance and entire career ni nyina mo no wonu odiri pastor stone na no wonom ayo Morino eda so oni a ye fun say appetite and some other titles wo was na dwe no wo mo som abatumi qualify wa pro no and some update abana competition na ye gu so ye ka wan sam besi na no wonim support to the omafrimu crowd dada and enwa sporting and some afrimu entiaka aye Benfica wo mo som antimi qualify na dwe dia na chasa kasefo no mo and some Portugal mo nyina no and some 90 million qualifier I was say be a Benfica team no wo some anyoma na ye kan no ye call ayo Porto amami coach na ye follow Francesco Farioli o kaina ono and Samuel last season of Porto Liga ayas antimi anye wakaso wa jajuma Manchester honorably onwa and some aduna juma to a Porto ade juma emanu ne adobaye anyoma so kokama edemano and some FC Porto no report amenya na Penny say, Porto Penifana, my Jensa, Wamon Abasomani coach and Atanase, now Omudin Commissara Bea, Wamosum Abastantene contract, and some Adiamano, Nina Sanania Bassa Chelsea, and some upper coach, Bonanimu, Woman came manager, Ayadiasa on your Chelsea, Jumana, one of some up and also be a Chelsea phono, and some up and any ate, and to Porto Basomayan in Tampa, Sarabea, Wamosum Adaman Francesco, and some stay for a longer period. I know I update no what can say almost signing Thiago Silva now Thiago Silva no be as na Silva dia most fano e dia be done coach beso chasa and come out on Thiago Silva dia eni one Silva e kasai e ka jano se bama adwuma dia obi anim sam onuma adwuma na me be se me do ba e bia ya ba na be ka be se 5 minutes bi am ya power wo betimi abam ya bonus e bia ya omo ya do ba bi kranso a wo betimi start because still no emfa wo any age ahoden adasom awo Thiago Silva acha Silva betimi aye adwuma na aye kase no wa join aye Porto wo mo camp awon ya kan sa aye Algarve ana acha Silva anya join aye Porto omo som camp no ana coach say enkomo na won Silva duba kan so wode aye Chelsea abaje Champions League no aye omo stadium ho ana acha so mo koje aye Champions League intena bom de na bana ho on start the European career or start free entina awo behia so owie dia I was so crabby as was back fear now on some babawie yentia Francesco Farioli coach and some FC Porto and come out say on a Silva Eddie and Sana Bassa yes Silva Ababa sign the Porto no yentia FC Porto one coach.
Experience is going to add qualities. As I said, I believe a lot in management of the game to share physical and mental resources, and you know. So here nobody is discussing the palmarès of Thiago, what he did in the past, what he did in the recent matches, because if not, was not going to be here if the last matches were not at a certain level, if he was not going to be here if his mindset in the conversation that we had really proved that the fact that he's coming here to help the team, to support the team. As I told you with him, I didn't promise anything. I say I want you here to help the team. If he's to play all the matches or if to play 5 minutes at the end of the game, and he say he's totally aware. He has of course the ambition to somehow to close a circle because he started his European career here in Porto Bay. He won here in Dragao the Champions League, so he's coming here of course with a clear mindset. As well he has an important target that is to play the World Cup and to be ready and to be fit for the World Cup.
And I am Barca manager Francesco Farioli, any player Yafana Thiago Silva Edi and Sanabo Kwasa moving and also Abaso Abrano Pena update and so the Bana Shadrach Mami Leo Messi, because Yang himself Leo Messi couldn't come on any other someday. Wawakapina Leo say one of Profono Chapao, but Yana or Kanwa Kukum. I just a new promodia on camera for Dabat and commanding from an Adrona Memonital Leo Messi interview the couple. Baby and I'm a day Panahanon said was saying and Nimna or Express no story now walk out be a stretch and now Leo Messi was sick any or at the four Hamono young Canos was sick and Homono at the four. Now Leo say on Obio take Chubby. Now yes, I want born down and I'm got time on sensitive phone. Maybe I will drive they were packing with it that burn so pay pa just say who want that also no ya wine no mom was all the wine a flash brighter and a speedy and tampa was now Leo dear we didn't know who's some combination so also the wine be a keko wine a soft man pie side I would say why no say Yakuma Wajumano, Nadia Budia Gutuambia no Akoto say Yakuma Wajumenti. Although Baba Chalio say what a sprite and war a wine was here no and a man bon tampa. Nafena Benumana wash of Fudia or Shewe Kakra. Now the real now the queues to be a fan was so not to say, oh, your cocktail no artist. Sana Leo say what bonnet you no one that say only a ball right to ball left. I just said you were switching on Sanems or Bonnie Sano to your son or the wine or not the wine or a fast sprite. Yeah, because we could to be able here. I don't know why I'm go. I just only I said one and combination. What do Bobby or say on a bus a phone? Never from one and asked when it's so that's what the man was when he cut and tam cranning and some Leo Diano Peno, one of some Adiabawa Brown Semino, yet the for young Kuwait, and a trophy de champagne, and also other persona Paris Saint-Germain. One of the Olympic master, and some classic, where a classic gamer, and also other person our Jamaican. The Jamaican say, to my watch 6 o'clock, and you may Ghana time, and as I match Abbas Unum game na and no abaso awesome now report to me nyans nanka PSG abatown ama Marcel and some abatown I saw san kebia by now there take it no I sold out the mom wonim say almost say besin there you will take it around by 5,000 and you chire chesaka obi an shadan toya enti amoda so bodawro say bia o Kuwait na o person he match ni bia aye trophy de champagne and no aye chesa super cup asam and aye kale classic akesemi you know and I just remember boss game no and some our Kuwait and no I update tabana omoni kan ba tu gasa anka omo makwan ama teams ni you know omo all dress ama aye stadium on say ya na hono santo kwasam ni adono omo mpe enti say bia wo de aye omanfo be fru krom say bia all dress adama PSG all dress adama Marcel Baba Town na maybe a restaurant wo kwan ho ye kom papai glass a bonto yes senkwanya na bema kron my tantan tamono womo so sare man so kwancho mo beka say womo ma ultras adama both teams emma en chasa ma take it ne tono and some our fam our brother yes myself for say womo de womo ogire bi so mo ni pa be 100 bi e wo Kuwait womo betimi aba stadium aba be support chasa no ayo china womo super cup game aba so abro womo so Paris Saint-Germain aba bo onum se me no kase man so team no womo da so ye tro no ye unsa aye mesin greenwood nom ene aye chasapie medical bamyang womo nyina so tro no denten de no aye match aba so hero from game and so abako so china na greenwood American ansem no according to CIES observatory womo na dia ba mo say na ye kase 2026 January wo ka aye players I was your Tom Abodia top 100 ayade say greenwood ewramo and almost say the value I estimated around 64 million euros masa akura no wadi akon ya kaso bi adi akon a ne girl yi na ain Wabome apapa mano mayu forecast one sanitary hadie yensu so sane man so koma akoda kwatena fie kwaba se 2 years now ni ambo enya chese yetafe ekoi chese yetafe supporters ane yade sa akoda ikra mo bra pa chese ode ba masalo ba yi obi en wodwuma akoda ne ba ne wakoa masese ne market value around 64 million euros chese boy no wa climb be enso ade abasro pa ana almost say Paris Saint-Germain and some boy na ye fan say Desire Doué say we almost say PH nim no muton Doué less than 135 million euros wa maboka one among 222 kofa nema and now ye kasa kura ball a wo ball and honest watching in another say over so 23 Paris Saint-Germain Jomo can say I was say yeah around 135 million euros and I said yeah CIES among pen for no woman some son and so adiaba onum say Olympic myself team no woman branch of Matteo Guendouzi okay no Guendouzi obi ababo Arsenal now on so to control Fifi kakrapa kwannie ebebo Marcel ana omede ko aye Lazio Italy na enam no kase wawie okoba no ball enso awotokai eno aye Turkey na uko sukuru sala koguru stadium ho enso aye farna Boltia eho ana Matteo Guendouzi Elko na 30 million euros and a PMU na 30 million euros na PMU plus bonuses no yes myself for so to bofrichwa almost jaba because yes almost 10% and 10% and also can be also almost some set to me car and I some everybody my club no na Champions League ball esan chebia UEFA Champions League no matches ever twaso because ye can when him say ya babu boy na trophy the champagne na cup games na the from 20th of this month and some according on the Champions League ever bounce back na Adidas SCM van to gas a bona say from January ya babu any answer very different from there ya the ball matches ni be our group phase ni mu no just last year there ya new group phase matches ni be akabat we must say ball no Adidas I say one start this one more partner a Champions League 25 years and some and as part of almost 25th just anniversary one more some support a Champions League where I match ball I just want my dear boss be able qualify and so qualifying when some match ball na you be pia just an openo you then update and the akano and some my our show no sooner young call a Germany Emra real quick nama me Shamal Musiala wonum sa kodan enra mechanism pinade chose say wo say amo manem prekura ball de na ye ka say ye ka so mo ball Musiala ebetimi abo ba me kan enra so mo ye ne kakra say wo mo de abetu twa say Enra, womo koba friendly game you say ba mo chinti bus no womo twa be 90 kilometers omo nam fom at bus me ko Austria ko boy but domo kan nyina no say womo next game nyame yarma Sunday omo ene Wolfsburg ana bebo eno buy no omo eno watch next midweek a game against FC Cologne eno so a game akwada no womo mane mo esanse omo ya nkakran akwada we ayo bia no ho won faso pa enso adama ban e wa brand womo rune out on those 2 games and no and some because na good news and say Dayo Upamecano a contract and we be sign at the chair yes ya kakra at the chairs or yeah and I almost say I'm more clarify final details I'm just a Dayo Upamecano one of the standing a contract and I'm a Bavarians of Bamuchana woman kasa the secret budget yes this month what a pen ever see paper so now was saying contract I'm a buying them a 20 million euros gross na sian TBB free money there we be do 20 masan go first na sa wo say ba from kakra just sika samunti na ma do no and some delay babasina and che bia Upamecano no and some abasan ade ama abobokua ye fan say buying sanso and search nabri and so dia no say ye kan last year we mo say no this month we be sign 2-year deal until 2028 Adiama Club your friend Bamuntin Archers and number Diano and also update now Dortmund also a club also American mekan maybe you come sir yes we so sikaba no yanton and of course say now what ton American why na onom heavyweight what about dressing room and tell money stay now Omaka one also baba starting a contract until 2028 American Arabian salary yes same they call 9 million euros a season and some amount of American abaje sabibia sasa na chesa Dortmund and so boy one of some abaje amount at your good to my face what him say William Duranville now William Duranville ayobi akwadano clubs how do open on loan na yeso mu be jan amanako akobolo no mom yeso Dortmund akacha club bi asa manye wadwene se bia udiska ba so ba beto dabi wo mo so mo na boy no ayo mo dia omom permanent deal na Duranville ayo bi omom permanent deal no yeso mu ogidi e wo Belgium ni akwada no mu se eye dia that bia no boy no abefa no ntuma pa enso ade fra that yo matimi aton no kase nto mo mpre wo mo no mo nkonkoto na boofo e wa brane wo mo so between anya time Ediama Brand na wamosom atono kase na ana slot every the press conference and pay what you to Jasira Mekasa who go a critique against Arsenal and some baby slot and na slot I say you want to just say a critique and some a big doubt Edema Otina one game no because and boynum anya training and your confirmation and manager no one of some other two on a press conference and I say na Sakitiki and Timian training a big blow now on Arsenal and a manager fans and a slot I say Arsenal no Wontumi nkasa ha ana ayomo strength na se bia ha na bia oma hoɔden no ɛwɔ wɔse Arsenal ahoɔden ɛwɔ game mu dɔso ɛwɔ bebre na de tell say omutumi hyɛ goal from open play omutumi hyɛ goal sub pieces ebi omutumi build here from akyire at the according to slot no say one more ideas about build up are very good come up na a complete package and Arsenal bɔbɔ no woman some nakita and how to compare Liverpool and woman say be about 9 games and Liverpool entested defeat them was a draw me you be I just want my ball ashen free from and yana dakra one draw me you crown a doso and some amano I just obenya crown canina no win no say baby Liverpool I was one more double page e control no woman yandru sa omalevo no and there can say consistency say and to me ma omuganu mu tomode woman so ya jumare sene be anioma and some betimi adane ediama team no and no ayon come coach I fancy slot e de yentie sama what you got for Liverpool woman kasa form and so eho.
What moment do you feel you're in as a squad at the moment? It's 9 games unbeaten, but obviously I know there's disappointment after drawing the last 2.
Yeah, it's 9 games unbeaten where we've had definitely 2 draws too many, and then I think about the Leeds away game and this game in terms of the moment we conceded a goal. Yeah, where are we? I think I've said so many times the answer to that question. We're not there where we want to, but I feel we have a very talented squad, and if everyone is available and everyone is ready, then I think we can do special things. And I also think we've shown that this season with quite a lot of impressive wins, but we've also shown that we've had impressive draws or impressive losses in a negative way. I mean that. So we haven't had the consistency, but we did beat very good teams already this season. So that tells you that the talent is definitely there, but the consistency, unfortunately, hasn't been there this season.
What moment do you feel you're in as a squad at the moment? It's 9 games unbeaten, but obviously I know there's disappointment after drawing the last 2.
Yeah. It's 9 games unbeaten where we've had definitely 2 draws too many, and then I'm thinking about the Leeds away game and this game.
On transfer, one person back can want some NFL player crana only Liverpool now born ball our baby for no one discuss player on your Liverpool dear ain't yon person back I am a gay one some no I said yon come see kwa brano peno yet I'm dead about Tottenham Hotspur Timno Shadrack Mami Wolves Omakrodana your phone Jorgen Strand Lansing Oyobia on also no money one was so akwadani na sadia na Tottenham so injuries any kudus adie kapo dia batu dwa from eno ade bani nyina ntino amadia mensan kan sa Tottenham Hotspur enso ayomadwen sa akwada we wo so anya na omo peresa sa ball die wo so nim ball anim go no hyene mom ebia se Wolves ebe jare kwa gise nyame ya adama sama because oto no sesie ya na chesa unyo obi amane nsevi eye Wolves omo so season ema no enom kakra fi omaso ye enso ade eba na Manchester United wo coach job ensem na eno na jo yeso mo picture Bruno Fernandes say on Ruben Amorim assistant coach bako yefano Carlos Fernandes na cha say one namesake Bruno nie and what Bonny Hood or period free restaurant bidding our Chelsea na Jacoba in answer answer report be the camp by somewhere last week in the class akwadawe stay our man union na one cause Saudi Arabia in no Ruben Amorim and a convince no because on one chrome ni edru mo time a wo mo chrome kasa din command na ma me wo kwa manim begua so na wo boa me e ma chess onunti anama Bruno Fernandes estate no one as anyone ajo we a moment to say assistant coach Adama Morin Carlos Fernandes and Bruno am say enim komo kodi ba sa no so nche so mo nyaka ahanti eno aye dia no so abai na man you adwuma no mekan me bi atwam sa Crystal Palace wo mo coach Oliver Glasner na coach no so anya man you adwuma na ha wabaya papa na makana pen last year say basa wamo pamo Amorim no de adwuma man obaya pa ano mubu Oliver Glasner say na okra yesi ama contract am cha say wa reject it we be stay and as say na be say akono so time wom or more time obetumi atena sene enu mpanu for the din komo say be a bia contract and sensem nyina no wamo so obetumi address here yentie Oliver Glasner coach Adama Palace about the future. Say former coach I found say Alessa Gaston yes no man you training grounds our current natures and no pano we are some training grounds natures as abuano what the man also ada sukita abuani dia just Jim Ratcliffe abaye sika wo dia and the ambassadoria jumadi out in our je and your fruit some yet omo komo ball out dia chire baby our ho ama deminya sa and na our training grounds and opano and Jason Wilcox our director of football Ekasai was Omar Berada our chief executive officer and some dinkomo na man for no only gonna social on some kasa was what the adjuman free or ben free one yiska say ababaya on Michael Carrick ebiano nanan kebimu suggest say and yan kema only gonna social and your head coach nani Michael Carrick and the deputy and answer assistant coach but I'm said that so ebetimi abasebi adwuma no Carrick and some ebenya na sebi omumie no ebetimi combine abosa adwuma no and some adiamatim na and no aye kakra free wo and so adeba Man City branch man sa Bernardo Silva report am say kan say Galatasaray still omani prepare na say omo say ye season ya wonom aye free agent ade free so de say quality e wo mun kwari o sa wo de enti omo da so monitor in fact yes report kwa chese komo no mo ni din kwa no ebi mususu say edru akire say ebi akoda no ensom abati ase ababo ediama club no na defenders omo proper nyina na no ya be catch us Josko Valdione aye Diaz omo nyina so konchan na omo busa pep say wo be from Manuel Akanji amana Intambalan aba wo se dabi wo be from we amana aba o se dabi na mom yes Akanji kra no wonye na adwo so ba return to Man City and na Inter enso nya ready say wo mo be giant no and Man City so nya so de na beba enti 3 parties omo nyina no obi anya ready say bi obama bibi enso Asinti Akanji ebe koso abo adiama Inter team no na Chelsea mpano no say supporters no mo kasa na wo mo so mo ni gidie na de na ade no unim na mo nchen ɛyɛ pɛtɛ o wɔn no ɔnfa ne sika mbɛhyɛm na bi a asa resource man ne fɛ na wɔn pɔmpi sika de gum dabi wɔn yɛ wɔn adwene sɛ wɔn pɛ ɛyɛ manager ɔba wɔn bɛnya ɛyɛ possession based team you possess it all right but almost control matches Chelsea shana kikirike na Sunderland foi na tosi adara bio jina osa na Chelsea nkofo de fawo enso made kwani ya domo coach we beti mo control matches na foi almost starting so a solid defensive base na defenders o house o monya ade e coach na sam enti o se kiro aye pampia enom aye wo coach no wade no mtiri pasa Liam Ross senior ayo bia ne philosophy no ene omo dia ne fa the same vision and until manager no wo so adena ba oya why say Champions League and some aye the least one year dia crowd here I was so qualify UEFA Champions League report amenya no say January say emu nhada anya girigiri sasan ka bia Chelsea kotobi adena ba mo ko boka bi ene adena mete say bia winter transfer market no one have quiet and some adama aye Chelsea omo team no ana Gary O'Neil me can asem na Monday O'Neil na wo mo the announcement abasa wonom ana ba kwakọ to aso I was Strasbourg I was bra wo ma fa ayom coach no mo the Gary O'Neil e kwesem I was Strasbourg and some adama no na you ko Spain wonom say I was Saudi Arabia ana Super Copa de España wo mo match sababa so na pena me be twitwa say 21 million euros no aye combined aye price money na hadia Womucheskano Yachana Kesiem Madrid enya first of 6 million euros. Barcelona and some enya first and also aya 6 million euros. Atletico Madrid enya 2 million. Athletic Bilbao enya 850,000 euros. Wontumi complain yo. Akasefo na eche de wi aya ebaf man esote because from 6 you know Atletico Madrid kwa wanya 5 wanya 4 wanya 3 wanya 2 million and a Drew Bilbao e mom 850,000 euros anom ankonkoda wo beje aya title ya fan so mo semi final anti semi finalists no ayade sam 850,000 euros will be abeje woje aye Copa del Rey Super Copa na aye 2 million euros ana wotosu mienu so a 1.4 eno aye said ya disbursement no eno so abesi akona yes federation say omon ebeto dwase an ana 2027 ntimi nkoso ho no ya de say yampa ni nyina no say Womo signing contract until 2029. Say every nankwasi 2029 ye koswabo aye Super Cup our Saudi Arabia. Say nyame yare next year 2027 no Saudi Arabia for be hosti Asian Cup. Eba sana ene Super Cup no eba clash. And inti just omo pe baabi ekobo eba no san so dia. And so dia so breachi aye contract no na omo hwe mo no ana omo so wo san ko back aye nyina ya we some years ago. And beto dwasa Gerard Piqué one company and I just broker I yes I do I follow Cosmos woman broker do na ono kwa company no broker do say ya be say about Super Copa Saudi Arabia and as a Saudi for be say ya Super Cup eba hono company no kwaje 24 million euros next federation same omo hwe mo no one eno kwa ya sisie and after 2 next year omo ntimi nkobo e wo ho eba sa na afei and federation ekope ba bia wo mo so about the next edition no awo hono nyina no yare say ha adwempantena wo mo so monitor ma closely ameno kasa no investigation cause wo mo susu sample na ayandorua ye friend say Luis Rubiales ne time wono no kofe gan afono ma kofa nsem ban no wo mo say ono ne time ene ma sa ne ma we cause wo mo susu za bia asa kataso mu asubi ensom akoso ene ade na ene game eba so ewa bra Barcelona wo mo ne Bilbao abono nim say wo mo tag match ne say aya clash of goalkeepers when ana nyame yadma World Cup eba so award chese US Mexico and Canada I was where Spain and number 1 hadia your first Spain call up Unai Simon number 1 normally David Raya aba number 2 na kwa chira normally aya Kepa aba besoso and na me no ka say you know chese Barca goalkeeper no one Garcia no wonya call up ni bi na enom ana na manfo se yebehwe de ne modo soro ni ahwede nyame yadma World Cup also number 1 na sa debate asase ekoso no wonim se owura bi e fa no sa Miguel Moya yeka Miguel Moya or your former goalkeeper Atletico Madrid tie Miguel Moya say Moncano crunch nipa Juan Garcia I the most ready you can goalkeeper say see pa say our form o bona we yi na wa bona was stretching your last limit about ball and masa wo bi an wo beto Barca goalkeeper no na munya somebody ade wada se na wo pobi ade compare Barca goalkeeper na e modomo na tibu kotoa e bodoma Real Madrid same ana kwada we and bodoma bobokua ye fan say e Sentina Sakotua Ejinam Adama Bojoma. I was saying when you had German Swadama a year spray man in Chania goalkeeper Regina chess number 1 I was saying and some Adama Barca goalkeeper and a goalkeeper say on what Jini Basso no be other Susa no obetimi improving more essence go no post no odamni ade one casa wa duru obakoswa ya jumadena fe improvement aba ana copa de nasa super copa no krano ay opportunity at man say wabajene first title Diama Barca and no update tabana coach your first chance flake or say one general last season woman so mo saje ne biem nyese bi o ma jinto mo ba be diagoma sadabi o woman so mo saje yentie coach aye fan flake e wa branyumre woman about the semi-final of the Super Copa de España.
I think also on the side of Real or Atletico, they also saying, okay, we can win this. Also Athletic Bilbao. So it's this trophy. You have only win 2 matches. It's the shortest way to win a trophy. So last season we did it, and hopefully we can do it also this season. Is this what we want? Is our goal? But I know that it's not easy against a really good team. It's always like I think also on the side of Real.
Madrid team no and update about more Atletico Madrid and so I side woman so Druna just watching and so I ready Madrid and opera by one training session I guess I back so 7:15 our Mecca time next 7:15 Mecca time ya around 4:15 our Ghana time and training session at Madrid Abakoso our Al Nassr Stadium now press conference manager Faris Alonso and the area players Libi Ababa and no around 5 o'clock and you now just 8 o'clock and you Mecca time and Alonso press conference and also Abakoso now Metesa Yasi Atletico Fana Madrid say Wabama Marcos Llorente Akobo 2 now what me marke Vinicius Junior as Mbappe anyway Rodrigo start to first one there Vini start to benkum and Vini so America ni pass will be an obetumi match Vinicius president akwadana fanasa Llorente to the minions manager fanasa Diego Simeone and adwen say what the Marcos Llorente and Begina Vinicius and some also and I'm back on Madrid one side the doctor I friend Nico Mihich Eba na a decision Florentino Perez on one attack ye doctor ye na sa yes board no aware sa tension at the Madrid one medical team no players no ana Xabi Alonso ntam asa me pray asa we can be away ntiasia and ya de say the players ni propra no ama omo ni nye kra no come na ma omo de aye doctor and some asa ma baka wo mo twa say ba ba bu ama nyoma no and some team aye kama na Inter Milan team say report amenya say Inter force omo budget edema January aye 24 million euros somebody there be omo for free to say sika pass wo mo de time no I just between 20 to 24 million euros per and Inter for what say market opportunity on and some better be Adiaba and Atalanta a boy na your friend Adamola Lukman on sa Lukman Jamaica for na Bonchi and so peno woman kind of 5 million euros abra Atalanta sanum a loan deal now on my option of mandatory mandatory any option ebe just a mandatory purchase of around 30 million euros I know Ademola Diano no already omo boy na kasa wie say oba 4-year contract no one man 10 million euros a season abia 10 million and Ademola and some gentleman said do no the day after AFCON no and some betimi aba so similar Fikayo Tomori womo say akakra bi na boy no so extend the contract at Yama Bobokua yefano say similar team no na amongst Allegri ayobia yase also be kipi Ruben Loftus-Cheek Okaya Mauricio Sarri about Chelsea no when Loftus-Cheek aya dwuma no boy na sempa make say drew baby kwa no team boy no kobo 2 yese oyesa nkomo fa akoda ne mre no and yese omo so sem omo njai no e ma ne nko Lazio and AC Milan Mas Allegri say we be kipi Ruben Loftus-Cheek na akoda na akoswabo and some adama team no e wa brano pe no eye kakra fi omaso ye and some ya brano aso nyina na fe yemfense na bedwa from na ento aso this aya Wontumi sports buffet. Live on Wontumi TV live on Facebook and afi live and so YouTube matches out of Premier League games ebeba so no shepa and cup games and so now Bournemouth and Tottenham Hotspur, Brentford, Sunderland, Crystal Palace and Aston Villa, afi Everton, Wolves and Chelsea way to Fulham 7:30, Man City, Brighton 7:30, Burnley, Man U 8:15. Newcastle, Leeds and 8:15 and Barcelona so Ediano and 7 o'clock and Barcelona Serie A so Bologna Atalanta 5:30, Napoli Hellas Verona so same time. Afei Lazio Fiorentina, Parma Inter Milan 7:45 and Torino and Udinese Calcio so 7:45 meza say bibia ikudie.
Yes, yaw nyame adom bibia eboko na so
radio adom yebuso
bibia shi abana ne asamba biem.
That's right.
Me enchia wo bibia na emo bibia kwaba enfambra Wontumi sports so na ya wene nkomo ne dosu bebrebe yebedi bi wa Africa ha because I've never seen an AFCON in the last 5 to 10 years yako remo the quarterfinal stage you are not seeing any underdog story. Definitely you are seeing quality at that top level. Then near Babeshe games because there's Barcelona who will be playing against Bilbao. It's a big game, and then near Beshim Kakrashe how the Supercopa will play a massive role in the season of FC Barcelona. Then we'll have a look at other stories that will emerge, especially from the Premier League. There's Fulham Chelsea, more interest was arguing him. There's Man City Brighton and Hove Albion, which will literally play a role in the way Nyame Aduma Wachina Liverpool ne Arsenal game no betimi aba. Then there's Darry Fletcher. The first game and also betting a bench as a caretaker for Manchester United.
I'm say you say vibes and work camp very positive. Said new manager bounce there.
They say United, they say why would be out. They be bomb runners match the drew ali be who the woman kasa. So we'll come and talk about all of those things. But I think first of all, we have not had an extensive discussion about the AFCON and the major stories that have appeared out of it. And me person me started with now into subsequent stories, then you would know how some of these things will end up for certain nations. Or maybe more AFCON performances or more dynasty. Yeah, for the first time we are having Senegal, Mali, Yaba Egypt, Ivory Coast, Yaba Nigeria, squaring up in this particular AFCON quarterfinal, and subsequent games are top-notch games. But I think for this round, certain players are year more, and this is a tournament that is made for the big boys.
Yes.
AFCON win the big boys now. Mu di wa mano na befia beje tournament ni de si omo na so debo. Miano after the round of 16 ni besi samre ni yawo. Obisa me pass minyi me top 3 players ah. Se minhwe tournament na ya boni nyina ye bebo the quarter final no. Minyi me top 3 players ah. Yawo, me we ni di me yi Ademola Lookman.
Okay.
Me we Ademola Lookman presence and resource for this Nigerian team ni influence o team ni ma e bro adwene ntiase so. And he's doing it with humility. The reason why I'm saying is that he's doing it with humility. Here, say, Ope Nipa Waje African Best Player of the Year or Hobby. And there was so much discussions around the movement from Atalanta to a different team, especially now Bra Opeso Koboma Inter Milan. Coach Sobemanako, Coach Somanenko. Issues Buburuja. Then in the Nigerian team, after they failed to qualify for the World Cup, there were certain discussions that were made outside. Say, now what was the African Best Player of the Year? Victor Osimhen also could African Best Player of the Year award. And then more the likes of Kevin Bassimu in your setup, Alex Iwobi, but you're not getting the results. It is frustrating. Say African, you know, can one boom, World Cup no munimubi because players say kutamoni players are in the last 5 years. Omajo Mudiwo baby. Then Ademola Lookman never talks, becomes calm, goes into this tournament and yaw or fat ball now. We are why won't mean channel.
Yeah.
We are why won't mean Jibo and finish him. And that is the kind of authority you need your big boys going to tournaments to do. And it sends a significant message to the outside world. So they be a more kind of tournament where they be a tournament to a now the big boys have come in and they are trying to make a statement to say. See ama tournament we nya tournament ba kono no de tosu mienu ya ba no so kire se tournament wo hia pa because I was here ba na beti e man anim ne de omusim pempenso bia ebe ye nkaye e de am obi bia wo di bo na chi and Ademola Lookman comes in, picks up the pieces and he's delivering for Nigeria. Yeah, what a performance from Ademola Lookman. The number of assists are why, the number of goals are washe. Number 2, Brahim Diaz. The funny aspect is all of these players are yaw. Now, omuye attached to different countries. Because Ademola Lookman was attached to the English Premier League and the English national team. Lookman, the playmate, and if you the mo. Sharak Benya Sala na pna me acha across a chobu. Na listen to Kopama also. Obeka is active. Wow, crab is our story. No, I say, is a team sheet na trainer. Ademola Lookman is part of the EPP England for an elite player performance plan project. But then he is the face of the Nigerian national team. Brahim Diaz is attached to the Spanish national team. When you be a man for Kanasem nano so trade to Morocco. And Brahim Diaz Edba Moroccan national team. And I have AFCON. Brahim Diaz could have 4 goals. Edba the Moroccan national team.
After 4 matches.
After 4 matches. And you could want to mean Morocco performance at the AFCON. Not only Brahim Diaz and Fanim Frim. You can't speak about Morocco's performance and say no, Brahim Diaz only games that became tough for Morocco. Brahim Diaz na jisi ni naso beji game ni disi wo bebo de ma wo mo. Na no de ya omoboti Benin. Ya he said your kunu mu ye din. Omobo the round of 16 game against Tanzania. She de we okunu mu ye din. She be of far ball no. Kon fa so 10 any be of ball no dey say. Brilliant performance from Brahim Diaz. This is a Moroccan team before this tournament. No matter walk up about the semi-final. Let's not forget, say, tournament to na Brahim Diaz didn't share the Nisro. Because everybody thinks that this was going to be a tournament for Azedine Unai. Azedine Unai ba tournament to yaw. Wepra Wontumi Montoaso. Now this was a tournament I know BRG 2 years and now in the absence of Hakim Ziyech. Bufal and also Amrabat Mubaji team nebo and Yusuf Enesrina El Kabi by a bar tournament no El Kabi has had 2 spectacular goals but Nipo be a boni din Morocco national team Brahim Diaz Now, watch the Obama Real Madrid. And this is the quality and big performances you need from your top boys. The Otosomi and Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo need the only player the root and science so basi kind of mobi. Because Amad Diallo you be a true war. I'm on any parents at the free Ivory Coast. Ediko PMO Krufufroso. And son of movie Abako PMO Italy. He's one person who doesn't usually talk about a story. Because Obilivi say a story at the yawn and ya dear de integrity be attaching the deal.
Yes.
So definitely a Numguasia story. Because of where he came from, baby omu free by baby omu PMO Italy. Onona ankasa ne drum rebino si ni dimba kubi wonu ame fan freni biem. Iti tem biano or you're quite reserved. So when you mention the name, when you mention the mother's name and all of these things, he becomes so much angry when especially you attach him to certain names he doesn't want to even hear. Because you didn't know now obi nchen, obi netete no, obi ne so no mu, any baby or the kofa buy. But he never had an alliance with Italy or any other nation so with mercy kind of among. He has always been a true Ivorian and worked towards becoming one of the best players for him. Yeah, the most saddest day of his life, he last AFCON boy when your opportunity uncle Bobby. Brutal. And yeah, fast forward 2 years in because our Ivory Coast team no moje last 2 years in it was dominated by wingers beyond the board Edingra. There's still Diakite in this team.
Yeah.
Also, the spine of this Ivorian team has not really changed, but definitely there has been an improvement. Fofana, the goalkeeper. Now the centre back pair. Last time no more AFCON. Nyamen former coach in the crazy. Almost started tournament. No more three back now. No more the bonnet really bully. Indika was not even part of the starting lineup.
Ayo Kusunu
ne Kusunu kra no free bench. No free bench never. But na Diomande mo. Ana na ebode ma wo mo. Then in the middle of the park there was no Jean-Michel Seri. It was Sekou Fofana. Any Sangari mo na ebo with Yannick Frankesi. Edingra was not even starting games for the Ivorian national team. Edingra free bench never, but Diakite was mostly starting these games for Ivory Coast. Then Sebastian Haller, the kind of quality they had and the results they were getting, it was not so much convincing. Even Sergio Aurier was starting games a lot for them. Now fast forward 2 years time, they've been able to build a core part of Kosunu and Indika. Then Conan is one of the best left backs I've seen in the tournament. Technically brilliant, absolutely class. Even in tight spaces, ne ho trainer baby otimi fa ball the ball ni wura no. And I think your boy AFCON ni nyina wie na se ye left backs a untimi nka nchem se Conan nka ho. Then Omakwakofa Desire Due nua no. Due as the right back. Diama Ivory Coast no. Technically brilliant, intelligent. Share the way the body sit and keten. Obeka say bi onimbo ne bo. Now football no the ball ni wura mo and yesterday was one of the brilliant performances I've seen from Akodano in the tournament. Enya bibia ntel is the kind of midfielder Akolano ekosiaye. When you're facing players like Bali Toure from Burkina Faso. Omo technically Bali Toure is brilliant.
Yeah.
But according to me, football, no, Yannick Frankesi and go in the game, but Akodana and Huni baby, Okoso no apem, Okoso no apem. Then they've introduced Yan Diamonde. Sit your picture be with Yan Diamonde, and that is one of the stories you love to hear as a football fan. Akodana ba Kromo has say be ball under 17 wafu. But then the national team, no, he has risen up to the ranks and obo Leipzig. Starting my Leipzig. I'm a Leipzig the 85 million pounds at on so. So wow penny biano besanko. We say under 17 for no money or more wafu no more we Ghana ha. Under 17 for no money Yan Diamonde mo boy no. Omo way. Emu dia hin na etimi remu to the Ghana Black Stars national team ni mu. But there is Yan Diamonde. Oni Amadialo. Kraso over last 2 years by Kraso statistics say Gesam Beshim. Yeah, this is a team that is built with a proper balance and a focus of already experience just to get results. and Amad Diallo has been the face of this project. Yeah, when the go no say the calmness. So the bet you born, baby or the born two for an assist. Kobet menya 2 goals, 1 assist and run. Me and you back could be baby or the born share, but I'll say that was a brilliant save by Burkina Faso's goalkeeper. But for Ivory Coast, they'll be proud of this moment. But yo, tournament here, ye bonine ni AFCON kuma ye di no. And you may be a general what the man in here say. AFCON will always show us the identity of various teams that are coming in. International babo AFCON ni padodo na person mo asa so we bust stadium na mo bobo na asa ni microphones ni nyoma ni speakers egu mo kon mo de beba. Now it also speaks politically, especially looking at the last AFCON na brand here kwakobo o kan tokwa between Morocco and Algeria, where Ivory Coast Algeria for some call AFCON no this one ko tufa ha this one ko Nsembebre yaw, and even strike back to the under 23 baby acquire Rastaman through 1 stone. That's one of the best tournaments I've seen from Egypt, especially with their under 23. And yeah, and also another issues Algeria and Timin too for Hankofa in Semibri. Then it speaks about the history of the continent and speaks about how we are going to be free from colonialism. So the other time Anna made discuss the opening ceremony of the AFCON this year, no, I spoke specifically about how Morocco for no a year new be the reason why it is important say before enya fahudie e free new be near the show musu baby, and it was evident in that. Then game away. Then there is this particular Congolese fan. I would now represent Patrice Lumumba. Then all of a sudden Amura Koshegu area na yaponton Amura kra na shego no ye game no. Then na Amura ko gina ono akoye bi se no ate ahwefom se panya. So na gbenya video no over my ye fentie. Yeah, may I believe in one thing, say victory temporary, but dignity permanent.
Wontumi.
Victory is temporary, but dignity is permanent. Sometimes emotions should be governed by wisdom. That celebration was so unnecessary and has sparked a lot of debate on the internet. And looking at how most of the European outlets now are picking the story and trying to run with it. The amount of say Patrice Lumumba obenya gidie nyina say obetimi fight and obejinama anti-colonialism ni na Algeria kan bi, because he believed how Algeria got their independence is something on also admire, and then the pushing no managing said there be also on sutimi yebi. Yeah, the reason why it is disappointing is this is a figure who spoke in silence, and then kuda omo tournament we be bia no obi hu sa de we ya okogogo no atam ne phone. Who is Patrice Lumumba? Obi a won nim Patrice obi obehu picture we bia no onkasa on chere me na minie, but the kid picks up this picture no akọ type the shame say edi enti na akoda na akogina wa na akogina wa why say don't obi aka say oh it is because of Patrice Lumumba. Then the kid will go back and go and read about him. Say oye wine, he is the first prime minister of Belgium who fought for independence and Pan-Africanism. Especially one of his greatest moments was when he came to Ghana in 1958. Uko school bia na be Pan-Africanism, Marcus Garvey, Kwame Nkrumah, yebetros ani omani nyina bi. Yebetros one of the people not omu grooming to come to the top and not omu believing in unity on the continent to fight against foreigners. Not Patrice Lumumba kan. He was part of it. It is when you do something against him, one, you are only trying to tell Riasin say who don't believe in anti-colonialism. A tournament and also representing Africa's nature, culture, any identity, no. Who prayed it here? And these are things that hurt so. And I think we've played the AFCON to a certain stage where it was so unnecessary for Mohamed Amoura to do some of these things to raise controversy. And Basa their next game, no, Omoni Nigeria, no. Nasobeheshi brutal. Fast forward away from the AFCON now to the various games that we'll be watching and we'll be looking at. There's Barcelona against Atletico Bilbao. Now me tell Hansi Flick din I'm here Barcelona what they want to do in the transfer market, especially Abraham Kopeja Cancelo denied. I think Cancelo comes into the Barcelona team to improve maybe or more lacking your mapa. I don't think Balde has the experience to push Barcelona to the limit. And I don't think Julius Koundé could only be the player or Barcelona the whole of the season as the right back. Player Bia Wamra Timiko form Timiko form. They need variety of players. And this is a player who can play as a left back. This is a player who can play as a right back. So I think for Barcelona, when your player be in that mode as a loner, it enhances their chances of competing and competing well. And for now, no be actually say Barcelona left back here back up. Yeti America say back up and so we say Gerard Martin way. Yow, Gerard Martin no Hansi Flick who says he left centre back. He doesn't see Gerard Martin as a left back again. Who as a left centre back. So I wanna how can the power pay him body. So Barcelona won't train be this some way makeshift video be ko baby no ma ko fo bi na ko ball left back na ni back brebe. Technically akoda we oni bobo pa. Jack Cancelo ba Barcelona the first time no nyoma anye West. It was not also exceptional. He was in between. He gives you good performances, no asate ko kakra, or more good performances, no ate ko kakra. But coming back now, especially with few months to the World Cup, no, you will love his form to come to the top level. Anna Adema as Ebema Jack Cancelo, I'm very convinced about coming to Barcelona and say, "Yow, Hansi Flick by Barcelona will prove so improve players."
Yes. Rafinha munyina anya.
What you say when enough omanya form what you say or improve players. Even including academy players from our team. Now Gerard Martin who ran at the left centre back and I know Philippa. Why Barcelona recent games? Basananka and Hansi Flick. I think we also obia attention and share down so. But let's go back and pick the results of FC Barcelona in the last few games. Any idea be Barcelona eh? Any the entire me 2 years say Hansi Flick abon home game. Yeah, it's not only even about Barcelona not losing games, but I'm sure they be kakra with Barcelona results. In the last 4 games at Barcelona, against Osasuna 2-0.
Yes.
Against Guadalajara 2-0. Against Villarreal 2-0. Against Espanyol 2-0. How many clean sheets?
4.
Before this particular 4 clean sheet, the last time at Barcelona equipe consecutive clean sheet na 2. A game omubotia Bilbao and after that Chelsea was 3-0. Barcelona consider. I'm trying to go back to go and see the last time Barcelona kept back-to-back clean sheet. Nah, friendly games.
Nah, say even about how consistent. Oh my yeah! After so much lose,
Debbie. It's about the clean sheet. Barcelona equipe. The last time Barcelona keep clean sheet was in 2025. A friendly games on my boy and back to back against Daegu Korea for no. Barca shomo 5-0. And omo be Como 5-0 back to back clean sheet. Then omo call league in omo first match no omo clean sheet against Mallorca. So during this season, Barcelona keep back-to-back clean sheets until recently. Okay. About 4 games on keep clean sheet. And now Barcelona clean sheet on keeping now there is Kubasi and there is Gerard Martin. This is what I'm talking about the improvement of individual players and the setup of FC Barcelona and how Hansi Flick is showing you maybe just to make sure the team living at the right balance. And the back 4 now Balde, Kubasi, Gerard Martin and Jules Koundé. And the double pivot of Garcia and the Pedri. Yow, Frankie de Jong Momo. Only Garcia Momo. And this is what you talk about a coach that is learning. So Bilbao will see Barcelona no. If you think you have chances of getting a goal against Barcelona, and I think some young money papa so a one Garcia. You have free so also back and Barcelona but now we go against Espanyol. It is a Bilbao will go up against Barcelona now and then won't share Barcelona. You didn't be thinking about the high line and how Barcelona is going to concede. It is a 3 minutes say Barcelona 1 and 2. On be prayer na be about draw 2-2.
So on say no na ye ka say within the setup now no we finding solution. Because Inigo Martinez no na born left no. And Inigo Martinez was the leader of the back line. Yow, mia me betena ha say me no bia o. Mia ko mia jemfi me betena be ka say ebe den say Barcelona be replace Inigo Martinez. Enyo bia o. Mia na me betena na be ka asem no. Me van go show bia. It is because of Inigo Martinez presence at the back line in Barcelona 1 leadership. 2, I think he understood the system of Hansi Flick better than any of the centre backs, especially when it comes to the high line. Not Yasiepa. It's not complementary players in this so. So in his absence, I spoke about Ronald Araujo. Said
well, one player I mean sure so and it proved. But na me busa me ho questions say Barcelona mon ko market ni mon ko fo bi mfamra. De bia me boda ko achi. Eni obi se me na me tia me boda ko achi.
Una say okoye nso ampa e hu say
yes. Oh yeah, when a coach proves you wrong.
Yeah.
You should be bold enough to come and accept wo asema wo kan ye. Na jitum say coach na ma woni magu ase.
What I'm saying is okoye na wo ka say Barca be struggle so be replacing no. Indeed you highline and Barca they consider.
Oh yes. Obia say Barca go. It o mon ko marketing ko
coach na ba be pe.
Wa be ye bibi soronko. And Gerard Martin are complimenting Kubasi so well. The only thing he say Pranko Famba one guy see as a good goalkeeper in the goalpost for them. And then there is Kunde, there is Balde. So imagine adding Obi to say Cancelo to the setup. How Obi moving in attack and the quality they can offer. I'm really impressed with whatever Hansi Flick has done with Barcelona in the last few games. 4 clean sheets. Hansi Flick Barca and Ankasa Kononkasa Bebusa no say when was the last time I bought 4 games to Aswa? Niem concede go. Itiboba wo adwuma foforo ye ne. You are not going to face a Barcelona highline that honum kwa. Obesho mu bebiri se me ko she 2 ama Barcelona beti 2 na mana be 3-2. You are going to face a Barcelona team that is really tactically disciplined now, really compact at their back line. Bono mo with 5 back by mu. Barcelona ball with 5 back
because I say
Eric Garcia
clean sheets
and Eric Garcia. So information I was
message na bana maybe say
are they
Prophet Ajadan's main control say Akumia is good pa. So only Prophet Ajadan.
Yeah.
I mean TV man no Monday na me ayi Akumia kana asem.
Yeah.
O share the bia o tu kwan o
yeah. Inti o Eric Garcia
message.
She baby Eric Garcia jina. Eric Garcia will always have to drop in between the 2 center backs in build up out of possession. Omamuye so much compact. Then Ubo Biti said that the Omo and Femi Lopez as a tenor. These are players who met me as auxiliary number 8, which means box to box. It is a Barcelona defender. Literally, met me 5-2-3. 5-2-3 near say the number 10 in that the Omo or Femi Lopez will have to drop closer to Pedri. Then the 3 nebe Marcus Rashford, Lewandowski, Yamal or Rafinha. Lewandowski, Yamal, and they press.
Serious.
In possession, Barcelona bet me with 3. So Barcelona could literally be building with a 3-1-6. A dominant wingers are on the touch line. It is a 3-1-6 and a 3 back there. Garcia be dropping in between the 2 center backs. Sebe Garcia, Kubasi, Gerard Martin. Then Pedri be the only one. The orchestra and the controller. Then Femi Lopez, Rafinha, Lewandowski. 6 players Barcelona attacking.
Hey.
The perfect solution I only no. No hena Pedri bra. The ana me the hena Pedri bra. No wa switch no akọ the double pivot. Frankie de on Pedri control. On build with 3-1-6 the biom. No 3-2-5. 3-2-5 and one of the fullbacks will have to wait. Kunde. Na Yama drop it the aba. Then body back on him.
So the last 8 matches in all competitions at Barcelona are winning after Chelsea. No. Me
when the crowd me I used to say clean sheet no. It's a remarkable feat for
ball crowd
Barcelona under Hansi Flick.
City no.
Oh yes.
The ama me je the o Canadian say na highline obi aso highline so mo yet. But so to me keep clean sheet.
Bet ba kwa na boys ni deeper obi ni Barcelona e bo anu akotwa over 0.5.
Nipa kroni go. I want to say team ya who
ye be bo maba so. Nyoma twist here ye ba be ka bi.
Okay.
So it's about accepting the reality of who team the baby ejina the results. Super Copa will be the brutal because Real Madrid is so finding a fit.
Sam.
Yes.
Madrid they finding the fit.
And also finding the fit a growing confidence.
Okay. Even without Mbappe.
Asem no. They na me be can ade ato aso ama me no. You see, they might also feel Mbappe's absence is a blessing in disguise. I'm not saying Mbappe is not an important player for Real Madrid. So Real Madrid fan at team here. Men can say Mbappe wo ho nya hwe ma ho anaso nya important. currently I don't think any Real Madrid player is better than Mbappe.
Say blessing in disguise because Anka Mbappe only one swa and our prayer one and kebab because who matches are not one will be an Madrid struggle.
Yes.
So game against Man City one will be
Debbie
Madrid lose.
Eufie.
But on last game on born and now without Mbappe now Gonzalo Garcia be ball hat trick.
And where the same system I call the club World Cup no mobile. Before Ansana Mbappe ever join the team no. And Gonzalo Garcia was the one getting the goals for Real Madrid at the club World Cup.
I don't know Mbappe no.
And Real Madrid they take more balance and so picking yes and no more player or bet me complement Vinicius Junior Mbappe. And you'll be your best at it. And Rodrigo form now by the right time. Rodrigo Abeji right wing na boso bobon ye because on starting season na onya the balance with Franco Mastantuano. Ana Mastantuano ni be prayer dey. E ko nchen. Itibu ana Brahim Diaz. He will be forced to play Federico Valverde. He will be forced to play Jude Bellingham. He will be forced to play Adagula from the right wing just to create the balance. But Rodrigo Amade how ni su nyina perform. Nyame adomo chna ye ba we discuss at length how the Real Madrid game will go. But I'm happy that Barcelona is keeping clean sheets. Real Madrid is picking up the pieces. There's Atletico Madrid who is trying to also pick up. We are in for a proper Supercopa de España games. But Barcelona beshe Atletico Bilbao.
Okay.
It wouldn't be rosy. I think over 2.5 now. A dream was also to Boise Kakra.
Come on, should be say Barca say both teams to score.
Clean sheet neighbor.
Almost an idea.
And they are and yaw. Also, consider it gives you a level of confidence for Fruby. And maybe to me say Bilbao will come in strong. Bilbao will try to push hard, but I think in a nutshell, Barcelona will win the game. And then you want to say be a game the winners are 2-0 and 1-0 in favor of Barcelona. Bilbao will need to find a way to also beat Juan Garcia. I think Barcelona sisu even from the time I know dominated with Pep Guardiola and I think so my bedroom pempen so what they said they drew during the MSN time I know more tested will post in beam. Because if you have a very good goalkeeper, with defenders they don't worry taking risk. Now no you safe be against Espanyol
only blue on my I was say yet
on my name. Me say Espanyol na me and you akwan what Garcia you. Come fast so then say movie called the other side yi ball ni free ni pan na ase. O kai mi David here pa. David here. Coach is no more Manchester ni na
time and a form war.
Coach is no more Manchester ni na aseda do na fan itina Olega la so se beti na be ka say o be ni David here na wo ho. Lamens. Because the year no ko no mu ya den a. What bo shot na e ko no. Na the year nko aboa ma Manchester United do ko fa 1 point wo Anfield. Okay 3 points bi no mo ko fa wo Emirates no. Jesse Lingard ne Romelu the year nko almost bear 14 saves. Bonway, Juan Garcia that particular kind of goalkeeper. I think David Raya should be looking out for a goalkeeper who will call the World Cup. Spain for World Cup pass is here. They should be proud that Juan Garcia.
Drink a sober drop it Juan Garcia.
Yeah, go now all down.
Yeah. Omo now saying you know but for now dear. A bit difficult so because sober drop no. Omo number 1 is Unai Simon.
Go now Unai Simon or double bow games he say.
Yeah.
Now double bow games he say this season. I think so Okuni jina between Juan Garcia and Raya. Yeah, Raya no should him go da pa.
Arsenal goalkeeper and
him go da pa. Raya him go da bruta.
Whoa. Premier League anyway, they be so but Steve Abanti we are not.
Oh yes. And I was so the Premier League. Let me be quick with that one. That's Steve to us or any other.
Now Steve more more prepared for the cup game.
Yeah, I think say quickly on the Chelsea Fulham game. I think this is a neighborhood game, and I'm for you know Mukoshia. But Chelsea will build confidence from the kind of response or Manchester City after some called down by 1-0. But all doesn't look rosy. They need to set the platform for Rosinha to come and hold up team, up the fort. Pressure will almost because maybe at Chelsea done the gap between them no more to 8 for the 10th for league in Gab and what. Oh, grow one top 4 no be free. It's a sort of 4 no more battle. And a top 4 for more battle. And I say all 4 so more battle. But I say what the enemies are in Tebeka cra. The time make us say all for 9 in Tebeka cra is nothing for us. Moon who had the very more. omu lusu and I have West Ham Cowboy lose nyai but see antokona gina top 4 no now there is United, there is Liverpool, there is Chelsea and then obi ti say Tottenham Hotspur mu nyina snefi around because points gap ne nwa. Then up there there's Manchester City and Arsenal. City lose game in Nedity Brighton and Hove Abima. I think say I'll have to come and concede and beg Arsenal fans say baby I didn't kick on say come side.
And upon the story say Khabib Nurmagomedov a call City for no almost screen baby one Haaland jina twa picture no story am the by no one message what TV no flash screen no say we don't fold ahano as a jemu quick
and no be bright ba
omo nyo madwen say omu jemu
sa draw no money Chelsea boy no
born no money Chelsea born no dano first half no men the last time a Man City boss are born be
omu dominating
recently the first 45 minutes
this is what is
the message,
the pressure,
yeah,
the chase, the difficulties. We've been here before. It is true. Push to the absolute limit and still taking everything.
Okay, the last day 38 Aston Villa show 2-0. Omo second half Betis 4-2 3-2.
City as a club krana nyanda Guardiola Mancini ne Sir Alex Ferguson 2012.
Yeah.
Trust me Koha. Na baha they've been there before. We don't fold. I do say also who are would tell me behind the screenshot and never be got on punching.
We don't fold.
We don't fold.
We don't panic.
And we don't quit. We adapt. We respond. We turn setbacks to change situations because that is what we do. Yeah, we are not Wardens. We are Manchester City. Yeah. We could trust screenshots. Now the picture na to me punching. Na me sorry anopa bia makan we say dey a kire ma bra mo so ahye me hun cry and on be Brighton brutal. But it's not going to be about 4-0 or 5. I think Brighton and Gas are more convincing this season.
Okay, so I
think this game maybe a
so City win.
City will win.
Man U Burnley,
I think say Obekos our game will be over 1.5.
Chelsea they no can say.
Chelsea ni Fulham. I think Fulham will get a go against Chelsea and okay. Chelsea best bet draw.
Okay. Palace
Villa.
Yeah.
I think for Crystal Palace, it's been a bad performances throughout the recent weeks. But yeah, trust you me, this is a game they will hold Aston Villa to the ground.
Wow.
Double chance Crystal Palace.
Brentford, Sunderland will go and get a go at Brentford. I don't think they will. Sunderland, they one hell of a team because all those who play best 7 for AFCON yet. You must say and worship. Okay. Newcastle Leeds.
Newcastle 1-up.
Okay. Mate, well, Steve Bray now say me say what Bray more prepare game so yem kwe.
Okay, crack anti. Yeah, fun to. I would want to see a very interesting finale to the Premier League. Can Manchester City truly chase Arsenal down for the league title? Because for any side I will aspire to be champions, one thing is clear and how you be consistent. But I did Pep Guardiola in any Liverpool other class, the lack of consistency. For Liverpool, they are struggling to have a clear path. At the end of the year, how are they playing? Style bear normal ball. So they are suffering from an identity crisis because of a manager. When you have players, but only where to put who and how to play. That is the problem of Liverpool. But all your teams that were England in do years over challenge Arsenal, no? And so team now your friend is Manchester City, no. But I'm having a problem with Pep Guardiola now. My little issue and is he struggling to adapt to players? Is he struggling to exist in the current style of or era of football? Because we had the numerous signings within a short space of time, and it's still. So are you in the hunt for player? Josko Wadio, Akanji, Bakui, Ruben Dias. Manchester City team now are pregnant with the names of Moyadio, but yet I hear the news of Man City linked with this player or that player. Is it an issue of a coaching problem? Because Calvin Phillips by Anfa, in recent times, last season around this same period, Man City signed as many as 6 players.
Nico Gonzalez or Mamouche,
Kusanov, Mamouche is a Manchester City player. They have Haaland, they have a Krajci or to say Mares, but Savino, and no more Jeremy Doku. Now they are adding Semenyo.
I want to place ni prepare.
No,
but injuries in the at points. Arsenal in our best 7 forwards.
You see, there is a problem. He has been so successful in the problem, but there is a problem because you can't be having all these players and still you ask for more. And players no more burning in the level because but for Haaland. Me who recently signings are why a blue minds. Me who Man City signing on my recent but apart from the Haaland signing. My instant impact Bob now bono extra to the levels of KDB. Me who be sa se bia ba I stand to be corrected. It will be a day. But the levels of senior Haaland be instant hit. And what was so consistency when he played him. So the story of Semenyo, I'm asking myself, say, is he going to be another coaching crisis, coaching problem? Maybe idea who the Belmoff, no, he's not given a chance to do that anymore.
Big question.
Because say skill sets and it will be Semenyo not thriving on strength and pace. Say you share Dokua, I think they possess all those qualities. And Oshe goes in Navy. But you can be at Bournemouth and score at will. But you can be at Manchester City and score at will because there's a predator that you need to feed him in Holland. So interesting times ahead. But me personally, there's something wrong which I can't put to words, but I feel there's something wrong. Yeah. At the AFCON, Abrantia na friends Mohamed Amin Amoura. Aya Adiebia. The world is not pleased with the gesture now or Mohamed Amin Amoura is a candidate via Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga. World Cup qualifiers are a boy, the African qualifier. He ended up as the top scorer with 10 goals. So he should tell you, say, he is a player of quality. Na onimnia oye. But then DRC ni Algeria game in the baby, and na oye gesture a fan of a sensation at the AFCON. More tagging Lumumba. Now, near oye is throughout the game no Ojinafako no amane saso. Yes, as a sign of respect to a fallen hero back then in Patrice Mulumba. Now Amoura was 25 years. Now Lumumba in his time in the 1960s, Ayobia no only did he was a front runner, Obia all charge the liberation of DRC from Belgium. I'm on a far or minor. Into a more lead to say on Kromani, the big says all the big boys etimaji independent, or also the Mutintimai. Unfortunately, the atrocities of some of the Western countries, together with our own people, most of the heroes are in Africa, or more leading a charge for African unity. The Pan Africanists are or more fronty an agenda say Africa very united. Na ya dear home. Or can be into Gaddafi dear Eonim Senche. Or no so as a fire assassination. And check Belgium for a patch out. So Mokan and Omui Papa and free viase. Into Adiana support an ayano. Oh yeah, to honor somebody, a hero. So who cut through the politicking story and the independence of Algeria. Similar to that of DRC. For 8 years. There were a lot of casualties, people dying here and there because
M23 phone.
Yes, they were fighting for their freedom from the French people, and Nuebi. But I'm in here 25 years. Into Abia, the history classes, he may not have taken the lessons of Africa and where he truly belongs. Independent football baby say ure free ukrum abaya oyira ubedwem. He is not a Congolese, but he belongs to Africa, and all of Africa are with the same story. So he can be pardoned, but for what he did and Rano, I think say also an uproar our social media, and people are not too enthused with senior. And personally, I think he's a young chap that he should be pardoned. But after game, or tenase no kind about the African history, possibly he may come out to apologize.
Okay. Whoa, Mate. I say you Mike and so a bit na Kavo.
Fancy. Yes, Yerem na yemfa kakramra na yenin komo. Na nyina the local stories na de ebani be rem na fe din komo kakra from the former FA president aso yenyina Eyira Kwesiantechi na komo bebre aba ama obi e che na dwen efa Black Stars of Ghana World Cup aye kono players yan wo mu ha na ye frɛ omo ebi mu bebo qualifies omo so omo na ya qualify wie na ebi beso omo ba no ana yebusa ne se warane football e wo Ghana sa GFA president Nizusuye and as an adventure e wo ho etisen Kalum of Sawodoy ana fa brantie din kete omumienu na ye bo omudi ase emfro mu as every president awatena konya so atwam adventure etisen e fa ho yentie Yera e fa na Kwesiantechi kakra okafa sankomo yi ho.
The Black Stars is open to every Ghanaian who is eligible to play. If me at my age, I'm 57, at my age I can play and score, give me the chance. If a Ghanaian lives in Iceland and he can play and make sure we win our games, give him the chance. Some people become a bit sentimental and emotional. Oh, this guy, damn Ghana, and when this, for me, I am interested in people who can help us to achieve our results. So people like Edin Ketia or Hostin Odoi, let's take out the emotions and give them the chance if the coach thinks that they can compete favorably and earn places in the team. That's what we should do. Ghana is Ghana. Ghana is Ghana is
Kwesiantechi eretudwa don sem the eba na Kwesiantechi enkomodi diemu no anode etudwa se Kevin Prince Boateng kra no na ye friend no na nsem bebre wachi na we very difficult so say ye be manage no e wakam ne mo ni nyina no mutime boa manage no e ma de esi enya free Kevin mu bia no ye nya free no mo ye ntia no so kakra oretudwa.
Okay. At one time in the GFA we said we won't allow any player to bring his personal physio to the team. At Kevin, he had multiple surgeries on his knees, 5-6 surgeries. And this was a key player in the team. So at one time, we had to allow him to bring but we provided rules how the physio was going to work. He worked under our physio. And then he worked on Kevin at certain times and so forth and so on. There were clear guidelines on that. If you don't have clear guidelines to manage people, you won't get the best out of them. Human beings are naturally indisciplined. In the society where this, will we have police?
And who will need laws?
We will not need laws.
This one said.
Kwesiantechi nsema ore atudwa se ne se ja obi aso onye de opa enke yemfa police for crime society no no somebody atudwa na Salisu Apra ama ya kan nsem ade achro mo se de Mohamed Salisu Apra no isitia the rest of the season and hwe ya ontimi mobo ntebama World Cup ne kona ye den e de ama no e de ama the Black Stars of Ghana na like Kingston so e de nkomo kakra ade atudwa somebody tudwa say Salisu Apra no a big blow at the Magana because Chirono do ba be gina okra bono asem anafi wa question players na umunso ebitimi abodi ama the Black Stars of Ghana our the World Cup we like some komo awabo.
Yeah, for me I think first of all it's a very big blow for us because he's such an important figure at the back. You know, when we talk about experienced players at our back line, I think if he's one of them. And it's going to be a very big blow for us. But then again, we should all understand that injuries are part of the job. No one wish you get injured at this time. But when it gets to these situations, this moment, the World Cup, bigger stage, every player is anxious to be there. So it's a little bit worrying when, as a player going into games, you are being careful, you're thinking about not getting injured, to be fit to get to the most important competition in the world. So I think that's what is going through their minds. And
but I ever say hit your lines and now you me establish a contact now. Yene Michael Asarboard, Mr. Board of Sporty FM, and so it's me dim come of Sporty TV and Sunafi. I have said no, and so ABC Aqua Mike minim as Oti and Ka Yamu Aquaba Ghana Boga. I want our Morocco, maybe I find her there.
Once in Yamiado, maybe I come and also.
Yeah, we see Aqua no Sani, that's what kita more auntie. One will be my son. Yeah, the old penny you should there because none of me was all said the other to be. I just want the pound on the boss.
Yeah. Obody and the pan offer a more crap pan. So sanity. Pano. Na mekoto we how did they even call it? Tagine, omo couscous, omo tagine. Mekoto some like a meat. Yampan is akoko. No much channel differently or more marinate way. Akwan we akoko no bisa misa on fan Japan no na so nye. Na mo border man as a day. Akoko fries. Rice. Now sounds so they akoko ni Japan no more adai bonebe. Like guys said that be. So that is how things have been.
Mike, you're not down to business. I mean, sir, I would know the man Sporty TV, Sporty FM, Ewan Kraina. So far, what the idea here, Black Stars and qualify Basana, kind of weird situation at the Mount Central for now more. I mean, so far, baby, I wabu boy train stadium Saudi Arabia, and baby, I have a drama so far. Yeah, set. You have drew the quarterfinals. No, I want us our general overview of the whole tournament. To say.
I didn't say so far one venue Penamenkoi, which is Agadir, but I've been to Tangier, Casablanca, Rabat Nameo, I've been to Marrakesh, I've been to Fez as well. And the general impression I form is that Morocco a mini tournament and they wanted to really send a message out there that they're not just ready for the AFCON, but AFCON is just the beginning to declare more intentions that they would be ready in 2030 for the World Cup. And then even in the future, Sakunya and Basso Monkwanso host the World Cup now, they definitely will be ready. Excellent infrastructure, almost every stadium, a different feature and a different feel. It gives you, and even in Rabat, Wako, Prince Malay Abdallah Sports Complex. I say, wow, stadium where they all wow. The next stadium I'll be called Rabat, and it's a different one. Then you think, Charlie, the first one I'm going in the crowd from. So I think basically that's how it's been like. In terms of transport, I'll come in a couple of days, traveling in Morocco is not that difficult. One, if you are traveling via road, a kind that's what Porto crowd or more main roads in the soda. Maybe the roads that were more communities name there are some one or two you find that it is not in that excellent shape. But for the high roads, the main roads, definitely at that. So more asphalt layers never you go so by and soon. You definitely feel it's a carnage na fapema edimoso. And that aside, if you want to travel by train, or more speed train, and then they have the normal train. Speed train will take you, everyone's a destination, maybe I'll call it 3 hours, 40 minutes. A speed train will be 1 hour and a do. So I think it's beautiful. Then you can also travel via airplane, any idea. And moving from one destination to the other, anything. It makes it beautiful. But to the tournament proper, the vibes and everything, I know those on the outside have a different impression of this tournament. But if you are here, then you will clearly appreciate how exciting this competition is. And the various fans from different backgrounds near there, they give you a different feel. It is an exciting tournament, trust me.
No one more see they train the course speed, my son has a home say any to talk inside. You may reason coming in later, but from a modern countries out on our board, they about Drew and Ram and him say, where said their parents in the ABC so far, I don't pay na ye dim kumase. Or Algeria for so full say Omona Omukita the best team, not only in the tournament. Omufu say we are seeing Algeria was squad Nigeria for no and Saturday na sa game before say Nigeria Crababone and the very camp of Friday matches. But meaning say when you encounter with Algeria supporters na kakana the reason here I'm more that believe say bet be against Nigeria and so on.
Morocco for Nankasa host tournament now. The next country, the fans those who are Algeria for, they dominate. And interestingly, in the stream of politics, whatever it means, Algeria and Morocco are but football is different. I've seen Moroccan fans who are openly supporting Algeria. I've seen Algerian fans at Moroccan games who are cheering them on. And even I've seen people more combining Algeria and Morocco flag in the boom. No more the So I think they are really enjoying the competition. Everything around it, the vibes, everything. They are really enjoying it. And Omo is because they've had a perfect start. And history also backs them. Anytime Algeria has started the AFCON unbeaten in their first 4 games, and then they meet Nigeria. So 1990. Even in their 1990 tournament, it was in North Africa. They met Nigeria in the group stage opening game. Amutra Nigeria 5-1. Then they all made it to the final. Nigeria opponent said they will get revenge. Algeria beat them again to win it. In 2019, Nigeria be a semi-final. Algeria beat them, courtesy of Riyad Mahrez free kick. In terms of Algeria for enough confidence going into the encounter. But more and then Nigeria for now. So far, it looks like winning matches now. Algeria won all their games in the group, and then they also beat DR Congo after extra time. Ebi Ocean is a draw after 90 minutes. Nigeria also won all their games in the group and then beat Mozambique. And it is looking like a game that is billed as the top liner of the quarterfinals. Although say all the other games need exciting when you own a bit about it and everything. So clearly the dynamics, Algeria, Nigeria, I think is the top of the bill. And then maybe you look at the other games and also better. Algeria for now are very confident. Against Nigeria will be a different game. Okasa will be a I know in days to come we'll have to talk about it. You'll be previewing Algeria look good, they look perfect, but definitely they have weaknesses. And the same applies to the Nigerian team. They look perfect, but they will also have weaknesses. And I think the game will expose will be our strength in the weaknesses. And while the team are capitalizing on the other's weakness, definitely you have a chance to qualify. So it's going to be an exciting game.
You say we preview the quarterfinal fixtures. Said you did carry to Ghana, but and Kumana yes signing in an minim say Bakonso a manfo any dear tree by Enra. Said a Victor Simen dear by Lenrich Omubo game no and so be J and Komoni in our fire. I did so and you know minim a wadjo Nigeria come near to TBB say Usiman attraction so bet me a drop pay a year in the accreditation. No fly Koteki Akobama Galatasaray. I don't know.
I don't think he said that. I don't know where that came from. But maybe some of the Nigerian journalists now, they also want to run their own agenda. From what I saw and what I heard, Osimhen was pissed. He was angry, but they settled everything. I went to me and Kasawa dressing room because Osimhen Jaomu now. Mix zone or betray where speed or the train, you know. Say 20-meter race on the same boat to Kankobetino. The only thing he did, I think he shook one Nigerian guy. By the time I had camera ready, now a real gate in Krakow for Basin. So he left the teammates, and after the game too, he left quickly. But the issue was settled in the hotel. It wasn't really a big deal. I think in Komo when it's a Woodia, I was a Uchemu Yensa. And no chemu miensa based on baby awujina. One, as the fan, their fan who was stadium, no, definitely ne bonjo so. And their camera ne capture any kakrebi. The any who ya ne broso. So ever I heard Newton and command no these things up here, but he went overboard. Me was starting, now I'm in Nigeria for being a tour. Yeah, we were backing him. Say, dear look my hair and one year was our born so do. I said no yani de and he could have easily released the ball. And see back and see me never so. Even if on a day when he could have released the ball earlier, Osimhen would have got him all good. So everybody understood his frustrations. But after the air traso. When indeed he walked to him, indeed he catch him and said, Onya himself, oh, Huja indeed he came to baby. Then I corner, until look my ass or quack corner. Then was him and I tuano. No more casa. So I think he even disoriented a Nigeria team into corner no more boy and cramp so be a fish one. A honor no yes sign me or say or no and now look man or muni ba frame because on to me bobo nibio. Then some seconds later, or some just at the chair, the technical bench and say, oh, muni on the film no abre on bobo nibio. Coach in who ya Excel who you know any. Not of face the action no. And I share Daniel who say share to say be a center line. And Osimhen was doing that. Omobo corner no did not really get active. Na Nigeria for no sense winning possession beyond. Omo attack. No Osimhen na withdraw. Abegina be say middle side or no midfield. When to an amount crown him. Then they attacked and they say the second time no now. So I think Ebroso, because under normal circumstances, I believe the player and Kayede in the film is sure Aqua Adams. Nike the Moses Simon Abani about Lukman Osimhen. But eventually Omuyi Osimhen film normally Moses Simon by. Omuyi in the film and supporters so started so move on. I feel there's no be the course was stadium Monty. Nice abro so move no. So move on is answer no cut na dugout. Ni na kakre bi supporters ni kakre bi Osimhen. Omo game no okay. The second one here, Aqua Adams share ni go no. Na Aqua Adams na was anka ne maame ba ebehwe game ni bi. Ba na ne maame yare. Nti ya je ne maame out to hospital and team no obi anim. Nti o share go no hwe ya. All the players rush ko ne ho and then they go celebrate here. Osimhen anko. To feel mo kra. Then omo pon game no. Players ni na campo mo chia because na nsi o top ah. Nti supporters no buy no. Ya kra na take media tribute. Chale na owom. Now Osha gloves cry, you felt it. Nti imagine supporters na ebi what the open space out money covering be no. They felt it. Nti players na yeso mo kodo mo yina say Nigeria for matches no but kwanya be necessary so react this and
I say ho network nti ho de yen kan network asem but minim say Mike ultimate kan ha network na na yen ho style be but so ultimate kan dia to aso ne hwe say bibia e okay a
ultimate kan hello
yeah to aso
minim say baby I make ya and the journalist there no but among Nigeria no for bus they looked normal and as a name puso and it's because Samuel say a tie team trainings dressing room match mo and the players there Samuel way no and yet as surprising as it is to the fan or the journalist this see it every day. Response. Indeed, the response was, oh, now so and it's something that they will sort out. Eric Shell, maybe said the issue will not affect them. I say, oh, and they will solve it as a group. And then all the other players, Bryce or Sai, some will be crack as well. Look at the way Sunny Wabali also only way.
yenye na fe yenhwe se emu besan da obi mana yesane Mike ato aso de free Morocco am say what de enya ho ada supreme de make me boy am say so ni to network et so de bia no mo jiska
de bia
to ya na esa so still na no de obeso de ontumi fanye ye call atwitwi u de du bia say adeni she so ase sa na wakate no mo san free ni pakro na say to
strategy on the pace council say
I don't know come abrojo say network ni nyam say hey
network ni nyawo that's
mama try for the last time and sana kapu mabana wa babehwe wo de na say menim say Mike ejina so biem na Mike kwoti en kana ye okay dia ye nto aforo cement onu wi ana afo ahwe stadium attendance e dia me say yana report no be say Chelsea as attendance afidie no e wo form as compared to their bono e wo Ivory Coast menim so tie en kana ya fa no ho man ye
Metonka. So, Osimhen, the other means is that it's not really a big deal. And they trained yesterday on Mudi in Komoye BBR, so it wasn't really a problem. Away from that, to the attendance in our Okano, two things. Tickets are selling out, but attendance no, their seats in the air occupy, and in Chemuno a dorsal, but my main can be infantile. I think the games are all rabat. For instance, Morocco matches North African teams in the matches no. I suspect the agency be auto tickets in gum. No more ton aboarding. And this a ticket near available over COCAF or more ticketing platform is on NASA. Sold out. In Morocco's game against Tanzania, it was sold out. But there were some unoccupied seats. Every betting out to ticket on call. For instance, what I did for Nigeria games, I made to a ticket by the Continental Media Tribune because Media Tribune is all how my own video like on film some of the action because I won't percent media and to trap. But all fans stands in India and the ultimate trap intimate to a ticket. But man, you see me seat because names you talk. What I did was in Continental Media Tribune, then as and when I'm sorry, I'm a court stance, could be look at crowd number. And it's only 20 man court, and you could see some empty seats as well. And attendance, it does not really speak to set tickets and talk talk tickets in the almost but you don't really see the attendance as it is, and whether come home. In so to into do okwa yes a match no ko nya ma mehwe biom ana say obi so ato ticket no ba opa akonya no ato ticket na boarding enti obi anto ana afa ayeneka. And there was a lot of such people in Ivory Coast versus Cameroon or Marrakech. Na man for jina bontin o mo ton mo ticket obi wo yes one ne nanfo fo be ko mo nya ticket ni bi enti afa na aka on ko enti o jina also o pese o to a oba no ato ama. Obi also a ton at the exact ticket price because I said you may have one. So these are some of the ticketing issues. The second one is the Yala app. I was open talk ticket now. You need to have a fan ID, and not a lot of people were able to register and get their fan IDs, even including the locals. There is a very complicated issue. I think that what Morocco wanted to do was Qatar, was a cut off one of the higher app nearby. But the registration process for the higher app was so simple. Morocco said more use biometric passports because it was an app really a chip inserted into your passport. Now once a Africa, especially Ghana, your passport need microchip. And you won't register on the Yala app now when you fan ID. And when you fan ID, I won't meet so it discouraged a lot of people from traveling. And at the start of the competition, they would have loved that. But the strict insistence on organizers said, "This is a fan ID anyway, put your amount for baby off into baby crane to amba. I feel kakra, and it's a way a journalist crowd down the fan ID. You'll be allowed to enter. They don't ask of it. And I'll bet you we swap to ticket now. Then you can present it. Providers are able to generate it with the QR code in the these challenges, it affected attendance and the idea. And again, for promotion purposes, I think Morocco tag market and F5. They did it in London and they did it in promoting the AFCON. So it looks like no more a certain target marketer, almost spending power no was true. So they did not really focus, and not a lot of the African countries now who we have. Maybe the only exception will be the French countries, Senegal, DR Congo, Mali, Tunisia. Yeah, I got for the Morocco, so that is the only difference. But that aside, the Yala have restrictions, it put a lot of people off and it did not attend. But I still think attendance has been good. If you really want to look at how things have been, it might not measure up to what we saw in Ivory Coast, but it has still been very, very good considering the factors I'm able to
Boga, and you be jana wa resting free waki county o madi esi na a report out on abana wakoswa we pan na ne akokona no na nyame an mo tena ye be samba ne build up to the quarter final games e was e baso. Okay. Whoa, Mike ana yekwe from Sporty and you know kwa kwi nti break couple
say T-bread na I'm so up the more dense so
omo de minim say Cote d'Ivoire na na edin pa
no bia yes we no put out obisa T-bread I'm saying you be no
AFCON the whole quad and na external kai
oh the easy
regular days afi aduana oni pa guso mo tournaments me kutobia ma say boa Wontumi come back okra
eze ya no mo de pairs wa ka
kunya Senegal for be Senegal restaurant mo so mo ye jollof and na na
utimize mo
Senegal jollof so e de and na it me woman ya de be tie free malagba ko mongomo no abe ko ya nkofo ebu ofu sem ye do market e ko aduano ko so mo nton mai
Asebu Africa. Oh, fancy room the new koma kakra bi na afi abda formrema anzenra ana Abdul Ghazali issue no with a boy ye kan nsem bebre na enra nwumre no awiem ho and House of Vocal release statement wo pa the Ghana Football Association show and afi Media Sporting Club and afi omo edo football no di ball na chinyina no has a release statement omo condemn the Abdul Ghazali and so no mu wie na ana statement and so every Ghazali ho by or no so chere say do any day opacho say how be a monfanche abufo emotions and a mass ansem no and so by internal kakri for the bana has issue no fancy say the goalkeeping department of House of Work why and be number 1 why and be number 2 you see Benjamin Asari prakoba and say Solomon Agbesi no say na no ika no asem has Steve Oti he no kan say sa goalkeeper no mu man chance oba hadwen pa na dago no fie e post num na we ana operado omu game against Mediama na Benjamin Asari din e team sheet so yenim so about them and also betna bench ye hwe ya no stance him ho na ye den ana Benjamin Asari say wan na mumpo a say go tena bench was na Benjamin a report say ne yem or rane kakra and no can be ntina wan nam na manfo kana ye tu no da bi nya sanete yentie operado on Benjamin Asari ni ro e House of Work. Wo enti yenya yanke di nkomo kakra efa ho na ye say Benjamin Asari operado edisa communicate no the MIF ho said ye eni ye say nyama ebitimi akọ ede afa enti san komo no ene tie no fancy ene nyame adoma ye bo MTN Africa run of 32 Kotoko and Ken Pfizer bo Heart of Lions bo na God Mediama omoni Gold Stars and Tamale City ni Karela and Afiswado All Blacks umo ene Serie All Stars and de bo ene 3 p.m. Baba Rock Sports Stadium G20 Ghana Cities 20 Popular Stand Center Line and a VIP 50 Ghana Cities and more AJ na coach no presser Enra coach Prince Yao Ousu on Kotoko game against Ken Pfizer saying and ebisiako coach Echemu Oma ready for the game say coach Prince Yao Ousu ready you be in Komo Kakra Odijaya.
As you said from the beginning, city rivals, It doesn't matter the form that the other one has. It's just who wants the most. So we have to edge them on, tell them that it's a game that we have to win, and then we push them to do that. So it's not going to be easy, but I know these boys will see us through.
Coach, in around 64, we saw your team.
Area to Japan, see Name Adomochna, and Opeba to Asunemo, run way schools and colleges, or a tournament, Yami Adoma on the 16th of January, over by Iraq Sports Stadium, SI Basso Dendin to a schools and colleges Sports Federation Ashanti 2025-2026 boss, we are boys, soccer fixtures, in Yachna. If you open your nano, you be room na ye do come you facing a from room.
Whoa, Mate, Steve Bray.
Minya Benjamin sorry insert na audio nanka Bobo. However, I think say based on senior couple tries over chair story nimu say now on the bench, but rather no stance nimu. And I'll say the Yamahano player I had named as part of a team where you took coin there. The minimum say service, so when you have discomfort to be it's either our dressing room. Now we'll change with him. So we am how next stance moody. Unse na
intines and Kanyam Hana was on Kibia or Kwano you can ba bench.
Also, I
also the dressing room all maybe one given from a hole.
Yes, because commando will move will be true lies.
Commando ere.
Or has a moving in there.
Na moving ere.
True lies. Some lies are lies. It should just remain lies.
He's too good to be true.
Too good to be true. Because Obi and Yamahana Otestans Imodier. We analyze things. You can't just convince me. To your life will be no convincing me that. I said it should make sense. BT or
Chinchina trying so we didn't appear with team sheet in as well. I was only bench there was all dressing room. Once me was dancing him.
Or say the Yamahano. The name say Hono say medicine was dancing no more treaty a Yamana Hanana. He analyze the situation, Adaya officer Kakabo Yamohani. So you know who baby are no going to be sending Yamahano. No so what stance in moi.
Naguba.
You're critical thinking, Kakra.
Go no tell say go.
There's a stance in you
dressing I minimum say bite no hold ya or parade winner already there Mr. Momenti because me pese the communications director of House of
yes
Ambassador na
ready omunfantum
Sharak mo say bite na already and excess no I already mo fama
say o ha mo fa because my takwa dressing room one of the modern dressing rooms one of Ghana washrooms no seats no I think say be 8 or so, and I will be able to my shower. Just full staircase we answer no.
What is your parent?
Yeah.
Is that if you have a running tummy throughout the night, now they are back into the day. It is not say on your happy say Yamana bench and answer it was for his own good. You get it? So it has got nothing to do with say idea. Somebody has something against Asari, and now Asari has something against the team. Okay. Over last season, even in warm-up, one of the players complained that when you're faced, we had to change at the very last moment, and it is allowed by the rules. So it is not a matter of Asari Ninji because of that out the bench. And then
running stomach overnight, and Ghana League now I'm running the football. You should have a goalkeeper on the bench. Now Obi or running stomach there on stance him. Otna dressing room no. He's at liberty to go in and out anytime he wishes.
You could beat him up by any time.
I beat him up by any time. Inti transstance na de ne disturb na ho na ye be paya go ananse dey
Show hona membra. Okay, those days time na central market active pa. Ye nuanom ne ye ofa no ye papa mo. E wo na nkwase wo no. Moja. Wa kai pa. That was ago moja.
I say mo my baby big issue but say
you see no anyu obi na ema na big. He has every right not to be happy. So he's seen the Blasters. He's been there. Wada go na. Why Olympic into anya happier. He has every right.
Okay, so if you say bia you know when you're happy saying want to na on reclaim me.
Yes.
The number one spot.
Yes. Because I do a test. One thing is that club will be a goalkeeper or them or yeah sure to say we are not conceding. It is our no be demo. I think it's a right to say over fight here. But if he is the number one goalkeeper, you have to keep him in the post.
And only he near who?
Because Alisson Becker Coy for a long time.
It depends on still the power to achieve. I want to pray the slot say Obabe number one. To me, Hearts of Oak needed a goalkeeper that would compete Asare. But Solomon Abesi wasn't the one. Tinier. Hearts of Oak needed somebody to compete Benjamin Asare. But Solomon Abesi, the entire makers a statement that they said, oh, Manchester United and Liverpool for Alisson Becker per se. Steve, Alisson Becker is number one. Oh, probably I'm not compete Alisson Becker or se derby. Mamenko enko Nick Pope. Ana o the Everton Jordan Pickford. Say Pickford embe compete with Alisson Becker. On the day Alisson Becker ni honum na Jordan Pickford better more better than ye no. So Alisson Becker ba it proved to be very difficult. So Alisson Becker ba be them. To be honest with you, Mama Dashvili plan we plan ameboa.
Also come Odemo at.
I don't know. Also prayer so bem.
Yes. But Alisson by we claim the position.
That's I say. So City didn't want to also create a competition. City had the same problem with Tama Edison City would have opted to bring in Donnarumma and Konena be
compete.
But City say no. Shenipa also second with Manchester City, James Trafford. Say James Trafford was on the way actually. So when you're doing a squad planning, now when Agbesi here, Agbesi your goalkeeper, but Timu be second goalkeeper.
It's all former.
What follow? No. What follow Ghana Premier League ni here? Because this is a goalkeeper. What that CAF Confederations Cup.
Yeah.
Akwa Zamalek Stadium. Akwa Dago Biaba. Aye exploit. Edrumre bi ne compare goalkeepers omunim da okromo ase aye boni di ni abo Felix Chei.
Yeah.
Iti pra anama agbesi akwa dey. Akwa tena nchen. What ba ne de onye goalkeeper ade ne be second goalkeeper. So if you needed somebody to compete and make sure so be put Asare at the top level, abra on be to Asare and create a problem there for their number one, you should have opted for a different goalkeeper in your terrain to bring him in.
Too good to be on bench.
Aziz Dari. Onye goalkeeper say never heard the Kamara ya. He's a goalkeeper that will push Kamara to the top. But onye goalkeeper say Kamara ni one of them number one. Kamara into so I don't know if you are getting me right with that Besi and Benjamin Asare bit. Yes, I can't correct it for Namen say downful. So who way Solomon Abesi Benjamin Asare? Benjamin Asare is not a better goalkeeper than Solomon Abesi. Oh yes. Oh, I've watched the Ghana Premier League for long.
Okay.
I've seen these two goalkeepers. But I'm praying I'm not walk say any day. Benjamin Asare didn't want to 2 years because Solomon we pray no continue. Within that same period, Asare na born home that house of Black Stars number one.
Yeah. So currently,
what did they mention? I said, but the mummy no abilities, they don't say any say ability. We goalkeeping ability. Benjamin Asare is not better than Solomon Abesi. Oh yes.
But I say you are number one, the mother Black Stars.
That is the fact. Sure. So two truths can coexist.
Yeah.
Two truths can coexist.
Situation.
What is? You see, and at the end I have absolutely nothing against Naja Uisa. Asana me make a statement to him. Me say clear answer.
Okay.
No be share about and no share because now time don't dey. But Naja should sit back and ask himself this question. Say, this is not the first time a local player called Black Stars or a goalkeeper and the issues are sorry. I've done a goalkeeper trainer.
Same Kotoko. Felix Cheishu.
Razak Abalora.
Yeah.
Felix Ananmo.
Yeah.
Dala
Felix
Ibrahim.
Yeah, Felix Anay.
Dala Ibrahim.
Yeah. One number 1.
Now, so betima ohron se free asem we hu a. Ohron se free woni amfa nhye.
Because I used to so party interview was Kakudu baby say the obey number 1 the Najao na be determine the obey.
So if Benjamin Asare should lose his spot as the Black Stars number 1, it is likely that the House of Folk supporters will be angry and go back and say chairman Kotoko say na eti also ba the same thing ababesi.
But
who blame Najao so enye
tricky because the goalkeeper's trainer he's supposed to provide Obi Obama and you can't
before the statement I said Naja no in some way no they should find a way to wipe off their hands.
Our parents can
I'm enjoying it.
Oh yes, I agree.
Performance was
and now going to the World Cup now we are in a country they say AFCON all attention is on the main World Cup your choices and everything will bear in mind. Where Otuado Philip Benjamin Asare brutal. Oh yes.
Even so who agbesi so be feeling.
Oh me aware. Me can't say me abesi asem so. Oh feeling brutal. Now feeling brutal no na nyina ye.
Okay.
Because your World Cup never na see ya ono na dwuma abon
ko ye be fire no ye.
Be fire wo. What the mention asem. It's yefa say wakoye line up we nyina ye World Cup Benjamin Asare nya bi na wo house.
I don't know.
Wouldn't the course one sanko number.
Hey, but and you might die two neck Asare who a blaster. Agbesini is intimate to be all.
Ziggy oh, the Baku Koda Korea ya Obana Siabe Kanwi. Oh, Fufubia boy, entry views.
Ultimate to be.
At Ziggy, the M's are Besibit to know.
At Ziggy. Ziggy, but baby, a House of Folk a very dicey situation. Okay. And this is where Kotoko found themselves about 2 seasons ago or 3 seasons ago.
Okay.
Abraham no goalkeeper Bakoya national team asset. I'll be quite banana or them no. Ababetuno. No, that but I will be painting a boss one in the bed, Diaguano in the Yato J. They should know how to manage this issue. Said the buyer one Asare will not be angry and peeved off. But me susuyemua any bibia Asare are establishing itself as House of Folks number 1.
So
Munyintum na momanina. After the World Cup, Asare bibia chess Asare will not be at House of Folk again.
Yeah.
Don't lose your slot at the Black Stars.
Yeah.
Muma Asare made down the number 1 or Deria Najao momanina.
Okay.
And or them when or them House of Folk consider. Asare them na House of Folk nyane resource or keep clean sheets. Asare the number 1 of Accra House of Folk manina or kwana World Cup na mama besintia say after Asare and after the World Cup maybe Asare can want to also na House of Folk be which is a me 80% possible. So Asare ko number 1 World Cup bar nothing shows say oba beto so then agbesi you take over as the number 1.
Whoa, but me that say them say World Cup no sikasu wom has for say umugo gipa no kwa no
kofio manage na money pan manage
no amayi
enye say Asare no so be da onya ade o
oya ade ti manage no amayi
number 1 be da
oh we da say my easy mre na
the PZ man
mre okay Michael da say yen rem na afi yen me rem na yen toaso mfemfiri ho na easy Emre na paint in the MC Ghana is you know buna I'm met you everywhere you modi you see